Hello people, my name is Ferdy and in this tutorial I will show you step by step how you can create an amazing e-commerce website using WordPress, WooCommerce and the Astra theme. We will create this high converting e-commerce website and in my case I will be selling game consoles. And of course I do not expect you to sell the same things, but through the principles I teach you in the tutorial, you will be able to sell anything to anyone in the world. And the great thing is that we can put everything on autopilot. So first I will show you how to create 6 different kinds of products. The first product we'll create is a simple product. What does it mean? It only has one option. In this case, a PlayStation 5 controller. It can also be a cap or sunglasses, any product that only has one option. After that, we will create a variable product. What does it mean? There are multiple options. So I can choose a different color for this case, but also a different edition. So the digital edition or the disc edition. And when I click somewhere, you see that the image adjusts. And also when I go for the disc edition, you see that it costs more money. So for every variation, right now there are 8, I can adjust the price, the stock, the image, and that will help the visitor to navigate through all the products you have to offer on your website. The next product is a digital product. It can be a coaching call or a service that you offer. The fourth product we'll create is a digital downloadable product like an ebook, stock images, software, or anything digital that you want to sell. We will create an affiliate product. That means that you promote someone else's product or service, and when you sell that through your unique affiliate link, you get a commission. So over here I have my affiliate link. If I click on it, and somebody buys this through my unique affiliate link, I get a commission. And let's create a group product where you can have multiple products on one page. So the PlayStation with 3 extra controllers and a wireless headset. And using the Astra theme, we will configure our product page in a way that it will look better and it will increase the sales. Then we will configure the shop page that displays all of our products. We can change the amount of columns, the way we display our products, the information that we show about our products, and much more. And then when people visit our website, they can browse through all the products, through the homepage or through the category pages, or by searching. They can add products to their cart, and then they can view their cart and adjust things. And when they go to the cart page, there's a beautiful overview of all the products in the cart and the total price you have to pay. And if a visitor wants to adjust something, they just click and everything will be updated. Here below, people can add coupon codes and I will show you how to configure coupon codes. It's a great way to increase your sales for new and returning visitors. And there are a lot of things we can do. We can work with a fixed discount in money or in percentage. We can create a free shipping coupon code. We can create coupon codes for specific products and limit the use of coupon codes. For instance, only the first 20 people can make use of this coupon code. Or every user can use this coupon code twice. And every coupon code can also be activated for just a specific time. We'll make sure that our website calculates the shipping of your customers on autopilot based on the weight of their order, or based on the total amount, or based on the shipping address of the buyer. We can also give away free shipping from a certain amount. So when people spend more than $100, they get free shipping, and that can motivate people to buy more stuff on your e-commerce website. Using the Astra theme, we will make this checkout experience real smooth for both new visitors and returning customers. I'm really excited about this part of the tutorial, payment methods. I'll show you how the money that people pay in your webshop goes directly to your bank account. Visitors will be able to pay with credit card, PayPal, Klarna, and a lot of other payment methods. And then at the right you see taxes. We will configure the taxes in a way that people will pay the amount based on where they come from, or if they buy it as a company or as an individual. And also taxes will be put on autopilot, so everything will be calculated automatically. We'll talk about the emails people get when they buy something on your website, and how to sell those emails, and how to handle and process incoming orders. We'll also create a header from scratch and take inspiration from the most successful webshops in the world. Visitors can navigate through the categories and products, check their cart, and search for products with a smart search filter. They see the first results already, and when they click on View All Results, they will see all the results that match the search term. Also a great way for visitors to find the products they are searching for. We can make the header sticky, transparent, and also decide that only certain parts of the header will stick with us. After that, we will take a look at the footer with more information about our webshop. Through the tutorial, we will talk about designing your website the right way, why and how you can add blog posts to your website if you want to, how to give visitors discount when they sign up for your newsletter, and of course, we will talk about making your website responsive for all devices. Last but not least, we will have a professional looking homepage where you can highlight certain products. Make sure that people can find the products they are searching for. And with Astra's global palettes, it's really easy to change the look and feel of the website, just like that. So changing your website from this look to this look, or this look, or this look is just a matter of a few clicks. When you follow all the steps in this tutorial, you have a fully automated e-commerce website and you can start selling products locally, globally, or even through other planets. course, that's not the case, not yet. Maybe in the future, but you can sell products to the whole world. In the description of this video, I have timestamps. So if you want to go to a certain part in the tutorial, you can click on one of those timestamps and you go directly to that part of the tutorial. When I go to fast for you, you can go to the settings here at YouTube, playback speed, slow down the speed of this tutorial. And if you want to go back a few seconds in the video, just hit the left arrow on your keyboard and you'll go back 5 seconds in the video. If you can appreciate what you've seen so far or what you're about to learn, and please like this video, feel free to subscribe for more upcoming WordPress, e-commerce, affiliate marketing, dropshipping related tutorials that will teach you how to make money with the website you're going to make. And feel free to leave a comment if you want to leave a comment. Positive, negative, feedback is also welcome. So having said that, let's get started with the 3 steps we need to take in order to create an amazing e-commerce website. So first, you get your free domain name and we will get web hosting. What is a domain name? A domain name is the address of your website. Web hosting is a special computer that's turned on 24/7 that contains all your files, all your emails, all your images, all the content on your website. So with your free domain name and web hosting, you are visible on the internet. Then we will install WordPress, and WordPress is completely free. It's the best tool to create a website without having to know anything about coding because WordPress is doing all the hard stuff for you. And the third thing, we will create our e-commerce website. And for the website we will make, people can charge thousands of dollars, but I will show you for free how you can do it yourself. If you already have a domain and web hosting, you can do 2 things. You can migrate your current website to this amazing web hosting platform. And I have a tutorial here that can show you step by step how you can do that. And if you already have installed WordPress, you can skip step 2 and go directly to step 3. And I will show you right now where you need to go in the tutorial in order to follow along from that point on. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. So in order to get your free domain and web hosting, we need to go to webhosting32.com. Hit enter. I love Hostinger, and I'm not the only one. If you take a look at all the reviews at Trustpilot, you see that people are really excited about Hostinger. And if you take a look at the Google Trends, you see the word is spreading. More and more people are getting into Hostinger and they're really excited, just as I am. So if you want to get started, we click on Start Now and you see there are 4 plans. And I can tell you all the plans are really fast. And it's maybe a little bit overwhelming, 4 different plans, but I will show you which plan is right for you. You can get started with 1 website and then you pay less than $2 per month. The only thing is you don't get a free domain name with this plan. If you take a look at the most popular plan, the WordPress Starter plan, you can create up to 100 websites in this plan. You have 100 GB of SSD storage, which is more than enough. And you can have up to 25,000 visits per month. And over here you see you get your free domain. The big difference between the WordPress Starter plan and the Business WordPress plan is that you can have more gigabyte storage, but I don't think you need those extra 100 gigabytes. I think this is enough for 100 websites, but you can have more monthly visits. But you can always upgrade later. So when you reach 25,000 visits per month, you can upgrade to the Business WordPress plan. And if you know already you want to start an agency, you want to create 50 websites in the first year, then I suggest the Cloud Startup. And the crazy thing is this is really affordable for cloud hosting. As I said, you can always upgrade later. And 2 more important things to say. All plans are blazing fast. The only thing is the higher the plan, the more websites you can have up and running at the same time and still maintain the super fast speed of your websites. So if you know you want to create 50 websites in the first year, then I definitely suggest you go for the Cloud Startup. But if you want to create 1 website or 2 or maybe 5 or 10, I suggest you go with the WordPress Starter plan. And then when you reach 25,000 visits per month, and I hope that will be the case for you, then you can always upgrade later. And the second thing I want to tell you, there is a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you somehow, I don't know why, but if you somehow would not like the service, you can get your money back, no questions asked. So it's totally risk-free. And I will show you step by step how you can create your first website. So I select the WordPress Starter plan. I click on Select. And now we can take a look at the amount of discount we get. And the great thing with Hostinger is if you are really sure you want to go for a few years with your first website, you can get the discount of $2.99 for 4 years, for 48 months. And that will save you $432. And then after those 4 years, you start to pay $6.99, which is still super affordable for a web hosting plan that can hold 100 websites. If you just want to start with 2 years or 1 year, you can click over here. And then in your first year, you just pay $2.99 per month. And then you still can create 100 websites. And after that first year, you start to pay $8.99 per month. So the longer the first period, the more discount you will get when you renew your plan. So if you have the budget and you want to get the most discount possible, you can go for the 48 months. And after those 48 months, you start to pay around $7 per month instead of $9. But wait, there is more. If you scroll down, over here you see have a coupon code. And if you fill in 30 and you click on apply, you get even more discount. So I scroll up again, and now you see $2.69 for the first 48 months, or 24 months, or 12 months. I go for 12 months. I scroll down and I need to create an account. So I will fill in my email address over here. And of course, you need to have access to this account. Then I scroll down a bit further, and the great thing is with Hostinger, you have local payment methods. So if I'm from the Netherlands and I go to Hostinger, I can pay with IDL, which is in the Netherlands, the main payment method. If you're from India, you also have local payment methods. And that's the great thing about Hostinger. Depending on where you come from, there are more payment methods. I want to pay with credit card. And let's see what we have over here. We have the WordPress starter plan for 12 months. We can have up to 100 websites. Our first domain is completely free instead of $10. We get a lot of discount, and the total amount I have to pay is just $32.29. It can be that it's a little bit more because of the taxes, depending on where you come from. But this is so affordable. So what I will do, I'll scroll down. I will fill in my credit card details. And as you see, a 30-day money-back guarantee. And I click on Submit Secure Payment. It's redirecting us to the control panel. Now we need to create a password for our Hostinger account. We need to confirm our password, and then I click on confirm. Now they're going to ask a few questions. I click on start now, and then I want to skip those questions. So I click on skip. I want to create my first WordPress account. So I can use my administrator email, and then I need to create a password, and then I click on continue. I don't want to have those plugins on my WordPress website. I want to start from scratch. So I click on skip. I will manage plugins later. I don't need to have a certain look. I want to start from scratch. So I scroll down, I click on skip. I don't need a template. Now I can claim my free domain name. So I click over here, and then I select my domain name. I want to go for a .com. You see all those extensions they have. I go for .com, and if it's already taken, be creative with another domain name, because you definitely want to have a .com domain name, especially when you're into international business. If you're from a local business, check out if your country extension is over here, but I want to go for .com, and then I can enter my desired domain name. I go for consoledelivery.com. Let's see if it's still available. I click on search, and it is available. So I click on continue, and now WordPress will be installed on this brand new domain name, which is completely free. I click on finish setup, and then I need to fill in some details for my domain name. The question is, where do you come from? I'm from the Netherlands. And did you buy this web hosting personally or because you're a company? I choose personal. So I click on next step. And then I need to fill in my details over here. So there I go. My first name, my last name, my email. In the Netherlands, I'm from South Holland. My city, my address, space, and my phone number. And then I click on finish registration. Now our domain will be registered. And the great thing is, this is crazy with Hostinger. Automatically your information, your email and your phone number, which you just filled in, is secure. It's hidden. It cannot be seen by companies that want to advertise to you, that want to call you. That's called domain privacy. And with Hostinger, that is free. With other web hosting companies, this can cost $20 per year. Here it's free. So now we can edit our website. It's live already. Or we can go to the control panel. Well, I first want to go to the control panel. So I click on manage site. Then I want to go to the WordPress dashboard. And maybe this looks overwhelming, but you're going to be fine. We don't have to spend a lot of time over here. And the more you do, the easier it becomes. I really like this layout. So you click on WordPress dashboard. And what I want to do, I want to force the HTTPS. So our website will be secure like this. So I turn that on, and it's for this domain name. So I click on install SSL, and it says your SSL is being installed for your domain name in the background. HTTPS will be automatically forced on your domain. Then we click here on edit a website, and ladies and gentlemen, look at this. We will be redirected to our own brand new domain name with web hosting, with WordPress installed on it. Great, so now we are logged in. You just need to close this, click on the WordPress logo. Okay, then we need to go to our dashboard. Look at this. This is the back end of our website. This is what we will see when we are logged in. And when you're logged in, you can adjust things in your website. If you click over here on the house, you go to the front end of your website and you see you are live already. Your website is secure. So everybody that goes to your domain at this moment will see this over here. And that means you are live. We have this bar over here. That means that you're logged in. And when you want to go to the back end of your website, just click over here on your domain link. Let me show you around a little bit. When you use WordPress and use WordPress plugins, you will have updates. So if I click on updates, right now there's a plugin that needs an update. So I can select it and I can update the plugin. Every time there's an update, you will see it over here. Or when you're on the front end, you'll see a one over here. I go back to the back end. We can create blog posts. We can upload PDFs, images, Word documents, videos. We can create pages, the home page, the about page. People can leave comments on your pages or blog posts or products if you have them. And here you can moderate those. Let me skip this for now. If I go to plugins, I see there's a plugin called WP Forms Lite. And some plugins, when they're active, also appear here at the left hand. This one, for instance. Then we have appearance. We can change the look and feel of our website. We can add users. So we can create a user that only can write blog posts on our website or only moderate our posts or moderate the information we have on our website. We have our WordPress settings. And also this is a plugin. I love to work in a tidy space. That's clean environment. Right now, this area, I love it. I can work productively. Productively, is that a word? In English, I hope so. And otherwise, you know what I mean. I hope so. It's the same with WordPress. Right now, it's a little bit overwhelming with all the tools and stuff we have. So I want to clean up our WordPress website. I will show you how to do it so we can work in a nice environment, a nice WordPress environment. Okay, let me show you how it's done. In order to do that, I make sure I'm here at the dashboard and I want to dismiss this message. Then all this stuff over here, I don't need it. So I go to the screen options and I uncheck them all. Then I go to all the plugins. Click here. So I select all the plugins and then I go to the bulk actions. And that means I can adjust everything at once, everything I've selected. Bulk actions, deactivate all plugins. And in order to do that, I need to click on apply. Then I select them again. Bulk actions, delete. Apply. Hit enter or say OK. And there they go. Now, if I go to the website and I go to this blog post, it's on every WordPress installation. If I click on it, look at this. You go to your domain name and then $p=1. I don't like that. And Google does not like it either. So I need to go to the backend. I want to change the way it is displayed. So I go to the settings, permalinks, and I change the permalink structure from plain to post name. I scroll down and I click on save the changes. Now, if I go to the website and I click on hello world, look at this, looks so much better. Hello world. What else can we do? Right now it says this post is created by hello@verdicorpshoek.com. I want to change that. In order to do that, I go over here and I edit my profile. You can change the look and feel of the backend. I like the default one. I scroll down a bit and I want to fill in my first name over here, Verdi, and my last name over here. And then here at display name publicity, I want to change it to my first and last name. So if I select that, look at this. Now it says Howdy Verdi Corpshoek. Right now, we don't see an image over here. If you want that, let me first update my profile. If I scroll down, look at this. I can have a profile picture. It needs to be linked to my Gravatar account. So in order to have an image over here, you need to create a Gravatar account. It costs around $50 per month, but it's really worth it. No, just kidding. It's free. Right mouse click, open link in a new tab. Then you can create your Gravatar and then you need to upload an image. And when you do that, it will appear on multiple places in your website, but right now only over here. I update my profile. So now it says Howdy Verdi Corpshoek and I see my image. What I want to do, I want to go to settings, general. Since our website is secure, I want to have an S over here. So HTTPS, HTTPS. I scroll down and I need to save the changes and then I need to log in again probably. So I use my email address, which I use to sign up for my WordPress website, the information we have filled in over here, and my password. Then I scroll down. I can change the site language to something else and I can change this time zone. So I want to change it to my city. I live near Amsterdam. So you can just hit a big city and you can also take a look over here, which one you can decide. And then summertime, wintertime, everything will be changed automatically. How do you want to display your date? I can say 22, 12, 27. You can choose one. I use this one. And the time format, I like to work with AM and PM in capitals. So I select this one. My week starts on Monday and I click on Save Changes. Great. A really important aspect of your website is the site title. So I'm going to show you how to create a great site title so you'll be found better on the internet. If we go to Google and we search for photographer Amsterdam, I skip the ads. Look at this. Photographers Amsterdam. What you see, this is the title of this website. So what we fill in over here will be displayed over here. Let's scroll down. Photographer Amsterdam. Photographer Amsterdam. Photography. Photographer Amsterdam. So it's really important to have a few keywords over here. What's a keyword? A keyword is a word or phrase that you want to be found on. So it's important to have keywords in your site title. Never say, welcome to this website, because nobody that wants you as a photographer is searching for welcome to this website. So when it comes to the things you want to sell, in my case, it's PS5, console or Xbox. So I search for that and see what's coming up. And if I see that some websites are coming up really high, then I know that this is a good title. Xbox, PS5, Xbox, PS5, PlayStation 5, Xbox. So if I want to be found on those keywords, it's really important for me to have those in my site title. So I can say PS5/Xbox One, Series 1 in stock. We deliver globally. So I bought a lot of consoles and now I will deliver them throughout the whole world. That's my unique selling point. And the tagline can be something like, receive your console within a week. I save it and I close this. And now if I take a look at the website, it looks like this. Do you like what I'm wearing right now? Do you like how I look? If so, then keep watching for a few more seconds because I will change clothes. I will gain some weight. I will cut my hair and then I will look like this. So you have your own domain name, you have your own web hosting, and you have installed WordPress. Well, it doesn't look too appealing. Let me show you how we can make it look so much better using the Astra theme. Let me show you how to get the Astra theme. So in order to make it look better, we need a theme. And I've chosen Astra because Astra enables you to create an amazing e-commerce website within WordPress. So in order to get it, we go to 30corp.com/Astra Pro. Hit enter. And you'll be redirected. Then you can go to pricing. And there are a lot of different packages. And I want to make use of Astra Pro. This is also great. This is amazing, but we don't need that for the website we have in mind. And the great thing is when you get Astra Pro or the Essential Bundle or the Grow Bundle, you can use it on unlimited websites. So you could become a web design agency and start making websites like crazy for other people, make a lot of money with it, or you can just make it for yourself. It costs $47 per year and it will enable you to create an amazing WooCommerce website in WordPress. And I will show you step by step in this tutorial how you can do that. So you pay per year, or you can go for the lifetime deal. I personally use this one. I bought it like 5 years ago and I can still use it on unlimited websites. And when there are updates, I still get them. So I really love lifetime deals because then you pay once and you can use it for the rest of your life and you get updates and support. So if you do the math, this is $47 per year. So if you would have a website for 5 years, you pay around $250. And if you would go for a lifetime, you pay $227. So if you assume you will have your website more than 5 years, then I would go for the lifetime deal. If you just want to try it, you're not sure, you can always upgrade later. Then you can go for the $47 per year. So I click on buy now. And then I need to fill in my details. So I say 30corpushoek@gmail. I need to create a password, my first name, my last name. And I want to go for Astra Pro annual subscription. And I want to pay with credit card. You can also pay with PayPal. I leave my details over here. And I want to check out with card. And now I'm redirected. I want to get Astra Pro over here, Astra Pro, and I want to go for the Astra Pro add-on plugin. I click here. I go to my website, to the back end. I go to Appearance, Themes. I click on Add New. And over here, I search for Astra. There it is, Astra. I click on Install Now. Then I activate it. I want to get rid of this one. I don't need this anymore. Now I want to go to Plugins, Add New, because Astra Pro is a plugin as an addition to the theme. I go to Upload Plugin. I drag this file, which I just downloaded, over here and I click on Install Now. Over here I can close it and then I can activate the plugin. Great, and now I can activate my copy of Astra Pro to get update notifications, extra support features and other resources. So I click on Activate. Then I go to Brainstorm Force again. I scroll up. I go to the licenses. I scroll down and here for Astra Pro, double click or triple copy. And over here, Astra Pro license not active. I paste it. I activate the license and now it is active. And we see over here that we have so much more options right now. We can make a next level website using Astra Pro. And also for WooCommerce, there are a lot of amazing additions, but we need to install WooCommerce in order to make use of all those additions. WooCommerce is a free plugin that will extend your website with a web shop. So you can start selling products on your website. It is amazing. And when you combine it with Astra Pro, you can create an amazing website. So let me show you how to install WooCommerce. So in order to do that, I go to Plugins, Add New, WooCommerce. And the great thing is WooCommerce is free. I click on Install Now and I activate the plugin. So now we need to set it up. So we need to fill in a few details. I will do that. So I click here. I come from the Netherlands. This is my address. I don't need any tips. I click on Continue. And I don't want to share my data with WooCommerce to make WooCommerce better because I don't want it to become too good because then we get overwhelmed like, wow, how amazing is this? And I don't want that. So in which industry does the store operate? So what kind of products are you gonna sell? Food and drinks, home furniture, garden, education, online learning. You can also say other and describe it. I go for electronics and computers. I click on Continue. I want to sell physical products and maybe downloads. If that's something you want to do, you can click over there. Don't use these, they cost money and you just don't need them. There are free alternatives for this. So I click on Continue. And I don't want to give any information about this. So I just say I don't have any products yet. And I'm not selling anything anywhere else. Continue. I don't need this. I turn it off and I click on Continue. And I want to use the Astra theme, which I have already installed. So I click on Continue with my active theme. Now we've configured WooCommerce. And what happens, a few pages are created. And in a minute, I will show you which pages are created and how you can make them look so much better using Astra Pro. So the first thing I see, I don't like those numbers because then I think, hey, there's a new message for me. And I'm going to show you step by step what you need to do so you don't need those 5 messages. So I click on the 3 dots over here. I say hide the setup list. Now I refresh the page and they are gone. So much better. So this is how our website looks right now. There's room for improvement. And before we continue, I want to go to the back end. Go to Appearance, Astra Options. Then I scroll down and I want to activate WooCommerce. And now, ladies and gentlemen, WooCommerce is on steroids, which is totally fine because it will make our website better. And before we start to create products, I want to make this look better because we need to take a look at this all the time. So how can I do that? I go to the customizer and then I click over here. And what I can do now, I can upload a logo. Well, maybe you have a logo, maybe you don't. If you want to follow along with the images I use in the tutorial, you can go to ferdycorp.com/images, hit enter, and there they go. And then over here, I want to select a logo. So I click here and then I can select files from my computer. So let me open this, bring it to the desktop. Then I go to my images tutorial folder, console shop, and there I can find all the images. I have them right now on my desktop. So I select my colored logo, open. Then I want to optimize it, copy, paste it in the alt text and in the description. I want to select it, skip the cropping, and there's my logo. Now I want to get rid of this. So here below, I can turn this off, display the site title. Then I want to change the logo width to 300 and I can decrease it like that. And then I see how big it will be. So let's say 260. Great. Then I want to go to the primary menu over here. I click on it. We're going to take a look at the header later. Right now, I just want to make it look a little bit more appealing because we're going to look at this all the time. And then I go to the design tab. So I click here, I go to the design tab. I scroll down and I want to change the colors. And the text link color, I want it to be this dark one. And when I hover over it, I want it to be the second color. And that's it. Then I scroll down, I go to the menu fonts. I want to make it uppercase, so the text transformation uppercase. And I want to make it a little bit bigger or thicker, bolder. So I go to medium 500. Great. Now I go back and I go back and I go to the global settings to colors. And I want to use this global palette. That means if I create a color over here, so I make this green, everywhere global color 1 is chosen, it will appear. So in that way, I can change this color and it will change on a lot of places in the website, over here, over here. So that's a great way to save time. I will use the color pick eyedropper. It's a Chrome extension. It's free. I grab this blue color, copy it. That's the main color in my website. So I go to the color, click on this icon and I paste this color. And then the second color, it is this orange one. I copy it. Go to the second one, this icon, and I paste the code. All the other colors, I like them. So now, this is blue. When I hover over it, this becomes orange. So this looks a lot better. And since we use WooCommerce, I want to go back to the header builder. And then over here, I want to click on the plus. I scroll down and I want to add the cart. Yes. I click on the cart. I change the icon and I can also turn off the cart count. So we'll take a look at this later. Right now, I'm okay with this. I click on publish, close this. Great. Okay. What I want to do, I want to make the shop page our home page. So I go to the customizer. Later, we're going to change that. But for now, I like that. So I scroll down. I go to the homepage settings. I want to choose a static page as the home page. And then I select the shop page. Publish, close it. So now if we click on the logo, we go to the home page and it says this is the shop, but there are no products yet. So we need to create a few products. And before we do that, let me take a look at the pages that are created by WooCommerce. The first one is a shop page. That's this one right now. Then we have the cart page. So if we put products in our basket or in our cart, it will appear over here. Then we have the checkout page. Everything is empty yet. And then we have our account page. So if you've bought something, you see your orders, your downloads, your addresses. So it is time to create our first product. Well, you can create 6 different kinds of products within WooCommerce. Let me show you the first one, a simple product. So the first product I will create is a simple product. What does it mean? It's a product with only one option. It can be a cap or sunglasses or a PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller. So that's what I will create as my first product. It's the PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller. That's the title. If I publish this, look at this, view the product. We have created our first product. Wow. So if I go to my shop page or I go to the home page, now I see a product over here. So as you see, we only have a title, no categories, No add to cart button yet. So let's configure this further. But right now, since we create our first product, it's over here. So what is next? Now we can have a description of this product. So I have this text over here about this amazing DualSense wireless controller for the PlayStation 5. And if I would update it, let me see how it will look. Click over here. I see the description over here. What I also can do, I can scroll down and then over here, there's a product short description. This is the original PlayStation 5 controller. So where does that appear? If I refresh the page, that is what will appear over here. So here we can have a small or a short description, and then below there's a long description. Okay, right now over here, we can have different kind of products. Well, we start with a simple product. It's not virtual, it's not downloadable, it's a real physical product. So I don't check these on. The regular price is $69.99. But the sale price is $65. But what I don't like, over here, I see a comma. I want to have a point. And over here, I see euros. So let me update it. And if I want to change that, I go to WooCommerce Settings. I scroll down. And I change this to United States dollars. And the currency position, the dollar sign, I want it without a space. And the 1,000 separator is a comma, and a decimal separator is a point. And I want to have two numbers of decimals because those are the amount of cents. So I go back to the website, to the product, and I edit the product. So right now I have a point over here. And when it will be $2,000, there will be a comma, as you see. There's a lot of discount. It's not true, so I will remove this. Then let's go to inventory. The SKU, what you can do if you sell a product from Adidas or from PlayStation, or it's a known product, you are reselling it. What you can do, you can search for PlayStation 5 DualSense controller or wireless, and then search for SKU. And then if you scroll down, you can find the SKU over here. It is this number. And you can use it. And why would you want to do that? Well, maybe people are searching for this controller, but it's out of stock everywhere except at your place. So what they can do now, they can search for the SKU number. And when they do that, look at this. They can find your website based on that SKU number. And if you create your own products, then you can give this your own number. Stock keeping unit. Do we want to manage stock level? Do we want to work with a stock? Well, I bought 50 of those controllers. So if I would update it and I refresh the page, it says we have 50 in stock. When somebody buys one or two, it will be 49 or 48. So WooCommerce is keeping track of that automatically. So let's go back over here. When I sold all the 50 controllers, what should happen? Can people still buy it? Right now I say it's not allowed. So when it's out of stock, people cannot buy it. I can also say they can still buy it, but I will notify the customer saying, hey, right now they're out of stock. You can still buy them, but it can be that they will arrive later. Or you just say nothing. They still can keep buying, and you do your best to send the products as soon as possible. Well, I turn this to do not allow, but I want to get an email when there are only 10 left in stock, because then I know I need to reorder them. Right now it says 10. If I say nothing, I will get an email when there are only 2 left. So I want to change it for everything in my website because I never want to run out of stock. And for me, it takes some time before the new PlayStations and the new Nintendo Switches arrive. So I want to get a notification when there are only 20 products left in my stock per product. So I can go to WooCommerce Settings. Then I go to Products. And over here, Inventory. And then I want to get an email when I only have 20 left in stock. And that email will go to this email address. Save the changes. And since we're here, I want to go to Products General. I want to change the weight unit from kilograms to ounces and the dimensions from centimeters to inches. Save the changes. I go back to the website, back to my controller, edit the product. So now we talked about general and inventory. What I can say over here, people can only buy one product per time for this product. And then it will not say add this amount to the cart, but it will say add to the cart. So they can only buy one. Well, if it's up to me, they can buy 50. So I turn this off, update. And now I want to go to shipping. So here I can place the weight of the controller. Well, I know it's 15 ounces, 15.2. And the length, you can just Google it. So if I would Google for Amazon, I search for this. Amazon always has a lot of information about these products. So I can scroll down, 7.44 inch by 2.67 and 7.56. This can help when you want to ship things, and you can create automatic calculated shippings based on the weight or dimensions. So we'll talk about shipping later. We can link products, upsells and cross-sells. So when we're on this page of this product, we can say, hey, if you buy this controller, maybe you also want to buy the supercharger for the controller. So, and then there's cross-sells. If you add this to the cart and you view the cart, then you can also show over here what else you want to sell. So if I would buy this, add to the cart, and I want to go to the cart, it says customers who bought items in your recent history also bought this. So something like that can be shown over here when you use cross-sells. Attributes, we're going to talk about it later when we use variable products. Advanced, maybe when people buy this particular product, you can say, hey, enjoy gaming on the PS5. And you can change the menu order. So over here I have my cart. If I have multiple products, I can say which product should be on top. I leave it as it is. And I want people to be able to leave a review. So I turn it on. And there are more options. Name your price. That's a plugin. So there are extensions that you can use. You can browse all the extensions. But for now, this is perfect for me. Everything I need. Well, I talked already about the short description. If I want to, I can have my own review as an administrator, but I will talk about reviews later. Then there's the right area over here. You can select a product image, set the product image. Well, you can download this one by clicking here, save image as, and then rename it. I will go to my computer, console shop. I have 4 images over here. I open them. And then I set this one as the product image. Product gallery. I select all the other ones and I hold shift. Then I can select those 3. And this will make the website look so much better because look at this. I see this image now, so I go to the product. Now it looks like this. It's starting to look better already. So let's scroll down a bit further. Let's talk about categories. Right now, we have the category uncategorized. Well, that does not sound or look professional. So I uncheck it. I create a new category. I'm talking about consoles. So I create the category consoles. Then I want to have a subcategory, PlayStation 5, which is a subcategory of consoles. And in that way, I can create a beautiful structure in my website. So I select consoles as my subcategory and look at this. Now, PlayStation 5 is a subcategory of consoles. And I think this also falls in a different category, which is accessories. Sometimes I find it hard to write, so I just copy it and go to Google. I get the right version, copy it and paste it. Add the new category. So I have 3 categories, 2 main categories and 1 subcategory. And now if I would update this and I refresh the page, you see home, consoles, PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller. And if I would go to one of these categories, I see all the products that are in that category. So when I create a new product and I give it the category accessories, it will appear over here when I click on accessories. So that gives your website a really nice structure and helps your visitors to buy the things they are looking for. What else do we got? Here below we have product tags. It works the same way. I can create a tag, so I can say controller, comma, space, PlayStation 5, Sony, wireless. And if I click on add, I update it, I will see the tags here below. And now if I would click on PlayStation 5, I will see all the products that have the tag PlayStation 5. So in that way you have categories and tags that will help people to find products on their website. So maybe if somebody buys a PlayStation 5 for the first time, he clicks on PlayStation 5 and sees everything he can buy. The console, the controllers, the chargers, the headphones. So that's a great way to create some structure in your website. And it's all made possible thanks to WooCommerce. Well, over here we have extra settings. So maybe for this particular page, I do not want to have a header. So I disable the primary header, update, refresh, and then it's gone. So hey, that is possible. So right now, it looks like this. We have our image, our sale. We can click over here and navigate through the images. We can zoom in, click here or here, and zoom in. We see the breadcrumb, the categories, the title, the price with the discount, then the short description, the stock, how many products we want to add to the cart, the SKU number, the categories, tags, and then the description, additional information, and reviews. So let's talk about reviews and create one. So I say, it's 5 reviews. Whoa. This controller is amazing. It feels so good in my hands and I do not get sweaty even after gaming for 16 hours straight. Submit. And since I'm the administrator, it will be placed immediately. But now you see how it looks. So if I would go to the console page, it looks like this. I see it's a sale. I can add it to the cart. I see it's from accessories, the title, the amount, the star rating, and then the price. And I can add it to the cart, or I can click over here. And then I go to the page. So that's how it looks, but I can make it look better. We'll talk about it later. Right now, I want to have my icon over here. So I go to the customizer and then automatically I will go to all the settings about this page. But I want to go back and back, scroll down, go to site identity, select the site icon, which will appear over here. Upload files, select files, and I go for my fave icon. It needs to be a PNG and it needs to be square and at least 16 by 16 pixels. Mine is 200 by 200. I select it, I skip the cropping. Now it will appear over here. So if I'm in this tab, I see here I want to go back to my PlayStation 5 console website. And then I can go there, right? Go there at once. Now we've created our first product, we can change the look and feel of the product page. Right now it looks okay. People that know WooCommerce, they immediately see this is definitely WooCommerce. We can make it look better using Astra Pro. Let me show you right now how to do that. So I want to make this look better using Astra Pro. So I click on the customizer. So what I can do, I can make this boxed. So I have this area around it and I have to say, I like it. So I leave it with that. I can also make it full width and contained. That means if I make this website smaller, it stays within those areas, but it's full width. It takes all the width of this website. Then there's also full width stretched, and then it will be completely from the left to the right. And that's what Amazon does. So if I go to this product and I make the website smaller, okay, there is a boundary over here, but it's really wide. So when you make your website smaller, it stretches. But I don't want that, because then, I don't know, I just don't want it. I can choose what I want. So I like this one, boxed. Then if I want to have a sidebar, I can have a sidebar. And those sidebar widgets will appear over here. It can be most featured products, best sold products, filters, categories, tags, helping people to navigate through your website. Well, if I take a look at Amazon, the focus is on this product right now, and here below I see related products. So I want to do that. Amazon is doing a lot of work in order to make their website convert better. So I like to stick with them. No sidebar on the product page. And then we have the gallery over here. And also here, I can take a look at different options. And I like it, but if you take a look at Amazon, they have this over here at the left. And sorry if I say Amazon the wrong way sometimes. I want to go and do the same thing. So the vertical slider, just like this. And I want to enable the zoom effect. So when I hover over it, I see it from close by. The image height right now, or the width, right now it's totally at the center. If I make it smaller, there's more space for the text, less space for the image. I can also make this bigger, and I bring it to 50%. And then over here, what do I want to display first? Well, I want to display the title first. So I bring that to the top. They also have that. Then I want to have the categories, then the rating, then the price. You know what? Above, I want to have the short description. The add to the cart button. And if I see this, that means I can adjust a few things. And here I can change the button width. I can say 100%. And then it will have the whole space. But I'm okay. I bring it back. Then more information. Do I want to show this or not? If I do not want to show this, I turn it off. And then it's gone. I want to show it. And there are also some extras, which can be really nice. Look at this. Free shipping on orders over $50. So what I can say, from $50 and more, there's free shipping. Well, let's bump it up a little bit to $100. Because that will increase the amount people will spend on my website, because people want to have free shipping. There's no risk, money back guarantee. Well, since I'm shopping worldwide, I wonder if that's a smart plan, because then people need to send things back from all over the world. It costs a lot of money, so I wonder if I should do that. But if you want that, do that. If you don't want it, close it. No hassle refunds and secure payments. Well, about payments, I can turn this on. And I can say you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, American Express. If I turn this on, I can also show PayPal and Apple Pay. And I also want to make it grayscale, because I don't want to attract too much attention to those colors. I want to have this as my big attention point, so I make them grayscale. Maybe I don't use Discover, or I only want to show the most popular ones. Yeah. Let's include it. Great. So enable the breadcrumb. That is this over here. I want to turn it off. Then enable the shipping text. After the text, it says and free shipping. Well, it's not the case, because if people order for just $65, there's no free shipping. Only when people pay more than $100. And enable sticky product summary. Well, if I scroll down, okay, let me go to the gallery. Put everything below each other. Look at this. There's a little bit of white space over here. Okay. I cannot show you that well, but let me show you. Enable product sticky summary. That means that this area will be sticky. You see, it's a really small area because there's a lot of information, but if I would get rid of, let me see if I would get rid of the product description. Let me see the extras and the payments. Then you see it better. It will stick with us. So that's what I want. I want to turn these on and change this back to left area. Okay. Product navigation. Over here, we can have product navigation in a circle like that. So we can go to the next product, but I don't want that. I don't want people to go from a PlayStation 5 dual controller to a Nintendo Switch because it's not relevant to them because they're searching for something about PlayStation 5. So I turn this off, but hey, you can turn it on. And if you turn it on, you can even turn on previews when you hover over it. Only product. And there's only one product right now, so you don't see other products. But I don't want it, so I disable it. Product variations, we'll talk about it later. We enable the product description. There's everything here below. And what I don't like is those tabs. It's just weird. People don't want to click there. So what I prefer is to distribute it, show everything like this. Display upsells over here. Display related products. Definitely want to do that, just like Amazon. A lot of related products. And the amount of columns for the related products, let's say 4. And also show 4 related products. If you say 8, there are 2 rows with related products. That's what Amazon does, maybe. No. But if you want to do it, you can do that. We want to have a sticky add to cart. That means when we don't see the add to cart button anywhere on the page of the product, it will appear over here or at the bottom. So it will disappear when I see the add to cart. And when I don't see it anymore, it will appear over here. So all the time people can click on the add to cart button. I think that's a great addition. So that's it for the product page. We're going to take a look at a lot of other settings. But right now, I think this looks great. People go to my website, they see a product, and it is displayed beautifully. They can add it to the cart. They can view the cart. They can view the cart over here. Categories, add to the cart button, the description. They can pay safely, more information, reviews. People can add a rating. So I think this looks great. Now we will create a variable product, a product with multiple sizes, colors, and now you'll start to see the power of WooCommerce. So let's create a variable product, unless you really don't want to have a variable product on your website. Or maybe you want to learn it, but you don't use it on your website. Well, feel free to skip this part or to watch the part. Just watch it. It's better for the view time on my YouTube channel, and that will make this video go viral. So please watch it. Do it for me. Even if you run away, go away, do something else, keep the video playing and please like the video because it's all about the algorithm of YouTube. Okay, weird. Let's create a variable product. It's time to create our second product. This time it's a variable product. So I hover over new and I click on product. This time we're going to sell a PlayStation 5 console case. So not a console, but the case. We can have different cases for the PlayStation 5. So you know the drill, long description, short description, but right now I want to take a look at the product data. This time it's not a simple product with one version, a cap or glasses or controller. No, it's a variable product. And instead of talking about the same things, I want to go to attributes and I want to work with attributes. What is an attribute? It can be a color. And then you can have multiple colors. It can be a size and then you have multiple sizes. It can be a certain addition. You can have multiple additions. So we can create attributes over here, but a better way is to go to products. So let me save it first or update to products and then attributes. Before I'm going to create a new attribute, I want to download a plugin that will make everything look better. All the attributes can be displayed as image, label or color. Maybe I'm overwhelming you like crazy, like what are you talking about? Let me show you step by step what we are talking about. I go to plugins, add new, and then I search for WooCommerce swatches and then cart flows. There it is, variation swatches for WooCommerce by cart flows. Install now, activate. Then I go to products, attributes. And now I create the first attributes, and that is color. I leave the slug. I don't enable this for the archives. the default sort order is custom. And now over here, this is from the plugin. What kind of variation swatch do I want to have? I can have a label. That's just a simple text. I can have a color, and then I can select the color, or I can have an image. So let's start with the color and the shape. I want it to be a circle, and the size I want it to be 36 because that's my age. What, really? Yes, it is. Add the attribute, and now I can configure the terms, and I can create colors. So let's start with black, and then I select black over here. Add a new color, and then white. And you can place here all the colors you think you're going to use in your website, not only for a specific product, for all the products. And then at the product area, we can select the colors we have for our product. So white, let me show you what I mean. So over here, I say light blue because I have a light blue case for the PlayStation 5. And I grab this color, which is exactly the same color as the PlayStation case. And I added that color. The next one, green. And the color. Next, purple. And then orange. Okay. Well, then I can add red. Normal blue. I think for now this is fine. Okay, let's add yellow. Yellow. Great. So this is a color swatch. Then I go back to the attributes. So with color, I want to have something else. I say PlayStation 5 edition because there are two editions, the disc edition and the digital edition. So the type in this case is a label. I want the label to be custom, which is 36. And then this one, okay, also 36. Add the attribute. Now I configure the terms. And I have two terms. The disc edition, and people that know that buy PlayStations and controllers and stuff and cases, they know if they have a digital version or the disc version. So the second one is the digital version. And that's it, just a simple label. And I go back to the attributes. The third one we can have, let me call this prints, is an image. So what people can do, people can click on an image and then see a variation. The shape, I want it to be a circle of 36. I can make it bigger, but let's try 36. Edit. So now if I configure the prints, I need to upload an image. So the first one is mountain. Upload an image. Upload files. Select files. Is this the mountain? It's a palm tree. This is the mountain. So print to small square, 263 by 263. Add a new print, and then the second print is palm tree. I upload an image. This one. Okay. Add a new print. Great. So if I go to the attributes, we have three kinds of attributes. The first one is color. The type is color, and you see all the colors. The second one is image. The third one is label, and I can always change them. So I can add new colors if I want to. Now I go back to my product. I can go to the front end, to this product, or I go to the back end, to WooCommerce, and then below products. I select a new product. So let's go to the right area. Product image, upload files, select files. Let me add all these images and then the mountain print and the palm trees print. And then this one. Open. So I use this as my featured image. And then below I can have a gallery with multiple editions. Great. Categories. I can say covers or cases. And it has to do with PlayStation 5 and accessories. Tags, PS5 case, PS5 cover. Update. So if we take a look at the product, it looks like this. It is out of stock. So let's talk about variations. I go to attributes. We've created 3. So I select the first one, color, and I click on add. Well, I don't have all the colors, so I just select the colors I have over here. So I have a light blue one. I have an orange one, a purple one, and a green one. I want to use it for variations and make it visible on the product page. Then I click on Save the Attributes. Then I want to create a second variation or add a second variation. That's the PlayStation 5 edition. I add it and I select them all, the digital version and the disc edition. Save the attributes. And what I want to do now, I want to create a variations for all the options over here. So I want to have a green cover for the disc edition, an orange cover for the digital version, a purple cover for both. So I want to have a different variation for all the possibilities. So there are 4 options over here, 2 over here. That means that there are 8 different options when you combine those. So I go to the variations. Then I click on add variation and I say create a variations from all attributes. So now it's going to create all the combinations, which is a total of 8. So I click on go. I can have a maximum of 50 per run. And it says there are 8 variations added. And now the fun start begins. I can expand them all. I want to set a price. So I click on add variation. And I want to set a regular price. Click on go. And I say they should all be $29. But the disc version is a little bit bigger. So it is costs more to make it. So I want that one to be a bit more expensive. So I can expand this. And all the digital or disc versions, I want to make them more expensive. So 34. So the disc version, 34. 34. And 34. Then over here, I can save it. Then what else? I want to enable the stock because right now, if I open this, it is not enabled. So I click here. I want to toggle manage stock. Yes. So now everywhere it is enabled. And now I want to set the stock for everything. Oh, wait. Stock. I want to set it to 10 because I want to have a lot of stock of everything. So now if I open this, the stock quantity of every variation is 10. Of course, only if that's the case. So I have a total of 80 different covers. And I want to have that because I want to never run out of stock. So I take the risk. I buy a lot of those cases and then I never want to run out of stock. And if I see, hey, there are only 3 left, I need to order new ones and then I can fill up my stock again. Now comes the nice part in my opinion. If I update it and I take a look at this product, I have a nice image over here and over here, and I see the variations. So I can have a light blue PlayStation with a digital version. And when I have the digital version, it's $29. But when I have the disc edition, it's $34. But if I go to the purple one, this does not change. And I want this to change to the purple one. So when I click over here on an edition, you see the result immediately. In order to do that, I go to the variations. I open them all by clicking here. And I see the green digital version. So I click over here. I see the green digital version. The digital version has no CD, no disk area, and the disk version has one. So I select this one. I scroll down, green disk. light blue digital. So light blue digital, light blue disc, this one. And you have to set it up once. And I know it seems to be a lot of work. I like the work because I'm building a website. I'm building my own web shop that can make me money. So I like the process. It can be that you think, man, it's a lot of work, but I hope you can keep in mind that you're working on something amazing. You're going to sell things on the internet, or maybe you're making this website for a client. You're making money with that. So either way, I hope you're making money. I think that's something we all like to do, and we can provide for the people we love and for ourselves. So I hope you can enjoy this process. I always like it. Just like I like making these tutorials. I don't know. I just like it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. I refresh the page. If I select a green edition with the digital version, look at this. It becomes green. If I make it blue, it becomes blue. If I select the disc edition, I see the disc edition. If I want to have the purple disc edition, so look at this. People see immediately what they are buying. So that's what I really like about these options. I can clear them. And by default, people can select the orange one and then you see nothing and they're like, hey, is the website broken? But you also always need to select both variations. So in order to fix that, because not everybody knows that, we can go over here to the variations and say by default, we want to select the light blue version of the digital version. So now it becomes even better. I refresh the page. And by default, the blue digital version is selected. So now when I click on purple, I see the purple one, the orange one, the green one. But I want to have the green one for the disc edition. And now you see everything works fine. And that's the great power of variable product. When I when I learned this, I think it was in 2013, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Now I can make websites for clients, and I just love it. And if I scroll down, I see this, everything seems to be so clean. I really like it. I know it's WooCommerce, and WooCommerce it's already 10 years old and they did not improve a lot of things. But with this theme and with the Pro plugin, I think it looks really nice. So that is what you can do. Let me show you another example. If I go to new product, and I create a product called PlayStation 5 console case with print. Okay, so now again, a variable product. I go to attributes, I select the PS5 edition, and it's only for the disc version because I only have prints for the disc edition. I use it, save it. Then the second one, this time I choose the prints. Remember, those are images. I add them. I select them all, the mountain and the palm tree, and I use it for variations. Save the attributes. Then I go to variations. I create variations from all attributes. There are a total of 2. 2 variations added. By default, the first version, mountain, is selected. And then I can do the same thing. I can also do this, expand. The disc edition mountain is this one. And the disc edition palm tree is this one. So what's the price? Price is $39. Also here, $39. I want to manage the stock. And I have 15 of those. And I only have 10 of those. And you see all this stuff over here, I can adjust it. I can have a personal SKU for this one. So now it looks like this. Then I want to have an image. I choose one of these and the other one, I put it at the gallery. It is an accessory. It's a PlayStation 5 cover and case. PS5 case with print. Okay. So now it looks like this. By default, this one is selected. The disc edition is the only edition we can choose. And then I can select this one or this one. They both are $39. Here we have 15 in stock. And here we have 10 in stock. And if I want to make sure that people can only buy one, right now they can buy a lot, but if I want people to only buy one, I can edit the product. And I can go to inventory and say sold individually. So they can only buy one per order. I view the product, they can add it to the cart, but they cannot buy 10. So if I add it to the cart and I view the cart, I cannot say, okay, make it 10. No, I can only buy one. So this is what you can do with variable products. Oh, this is also what I like. Look at this. Over here, we see in the overview already the colors. So I can select orange and the disk version also here. So in the overview, on the shop page, we can see those options. And I think that's really nice. And we're going to talk about this layout later because we can make this look so much better. But right now, I'm happy with these options. So that's how you can create a variable product. You can also create digital products within WooCommerce, like a coaching call or a ticket to an event. So let's dive right in. Okay, next product, new product. I'm not gonna go through all the options again because I covered those already. So the product name can be a coaching call of 90 minutes. I scroll down, it's a simple product and it's a virtual product. Normally I charge $4.99, but today $3.99. Then I can go to advanced and at the purchase note, I say, send an email to one-on-one at 30corpushook.com and we will book a meeting. Then I can have an image, of course, an image of myself. So I go to the desktop, images tutorial, WooCommerce, Skype call or one-on-one. Okay, set the product image. And if I publish it and I view the product, I have a coaching call. I want people to buy this only once. I don't want people to call with me for 5 hours. So I go to general and then inventory. And I say limit purchases to 1 item per order. Update. Refresh. So there you go. People can add it to the cart, view the cart, and they can buy it. And when they buy it, they get a notification like, hey, send an email to one-on-one at 30corpushook, and then we'll make a booking. Next product name. And this time I'm going to sell a downloadable product. So I say how to become an online entrepreneur ebook. It's a simple product. It's a virtual and it is downloadable. The price is $14.95. 14. By the way, if I would say this is a $9.95, I can also schedule it. So it will be for a certain amount or a certain amount of days. So until the latest day of this month. And then I can add a file. So let me choose a file, upload files. And here on my desktop, I have this ebook. It's only 255 kilobytes and you can sell this. You can sell digital stuff and this can open a complete new world to you. If you go to Theme Forest, you go to WordPress themes, this thing is $69 and it's all digital. And if you take a look at last week, this theme is sold more than 1,000 times. So 1,000 times $69, let's say almost 2,000 times in a week for a digital product. So that's a crazy world, selling digital stuff. So this is an ebook. I copy the link. I insert the file URL. Oh, there's already, I can say how to become an online entrepreneur. How many times can people download it after they bought it? Well, you can say 3 times. I rather say unlimited. And should it expire? I can say it will expire after 30 days, but I see no reason why I should do that when people buy it. So I say never. And then I can have the categories, the product tags. I can have the product image. So I select the files and then I go to images tutorial, WooCommerce, how to become an online entrepreneur ebook. And I always like these mock-ups. These are bought, by the way, at Theme Forest. And then graphics, mock-up, ebook. And even when I type it wrong, I still see some nice examples. Something like that. What you can create, and it looks better than something flat. So that's how you create a digital downloadable product. So I update it and it will look like this. How to become an online entrepreneur. Also here, I would say people should buy it only once since it's a digital product. And automatically we start to see related products because this one is also uncategorized. So if I would go to the website, to a product, and scroll down, I'll see related products because this is also in accessories. So our website is getting better and better. There are more products you can create. So let's hover over new product. And this time it is an affiliate link. What is an affiliate link? Well, affiliate marketing is promoting other people's products in exchange for a commission. So if I would go to YouTube and I search for affiliate marketing 30, I hit enter. I have tutorials about how to start with affiliate marketing. Look at this, 6 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. And I show you how you can get started with affiliate marketing. It is amazing. I love affiliate marketing. That's how I live. I love affiliate marketing. So what I can do, I can promote other people's products. For instance, I can promote Elementor Pro. And over here, it is an external affiliate product. The product URL is my unique affiliate link. When people buy this, learn more. When people buy this through my link, I get a commission. So it starts from $49 and I can have product image. And over here I have an Elementor. Publish. So you can build a complete website only with affiliate products. So if I go to Theme Forest, all those products over here are all affiliate products. So when people buy this through you, you get a commission. So you can use all those themes, place them on your website, link people to your affiliate links on Theme Forest. And then when people buy it, by clicking here, this is my affiliate link. When people buy this, I get a commission. So that is affiliate marketing. And if I go to 30corp.com, I don't use this anymore, and I go to resources. Look at this, the Divi theme. So I click over here. More details. And when people buy this, I get a commission. So that's how it works with affiliate marketing. So there is the 6th product we can create. It's a grouped product. You create 3 separate products. Then you create one product and you place them all in one product. Well, I hope it's weird what I'm saying to you. And it is because in all my life, 36 years, really? Yes. Thank you. I never had to create a product like this for a client. And I had a lot of clients. So what I did, I decided to do not put this part in this tutorial because then the video will become really long and I will scare people away with the length of the video. They're like, okay, I will take the shorter video. So I will have a tutorial about how to create a group product and you can find it. Let me see. Here. Or you can go to the description and there I'll put a link. And so I'll skip this part. What I want to do now, I forgot. So I'll take a look at my notes. Oh yeah, I will show you, we created a lot of different products. Now I want to show you how to import products. And I have products for you. So if you want to follow along with all the steps I take in this tutorial, and you want to have some console related products in your website, I'll show you how to import them. And then we have a website that's filled with beautiful products and we can follow along in this tutorial. So let's dive right in. So I want to show you all the products you can create. So I have Elementor, coaching call, ebook, but it's a console shop. It's not a one-on-one coaching shop or ebook shop or affiliate product shop. So what I will do, I will remove those products. I will add more console related products and then I will be back with you to show you what you can do with your website in order to make everything look better and make it work. So I refresh the page. What you see, I've added some products. If you want to add these products to your website, go to the backend of your website, go to products, all products, import, choose a file, then go to images tutorial, console shop, and select console products.csv, click on open, and then continue and import all that stuff, and you should be good to go. Since we have quite some products in our website, I want to talk about upsells and cross-sells. What are they and where do they appear in your website? Right now I have this product over here and it has the category consoles and PlayStation 5. So here below, I'll see related products. Why? It also has something to do with PlayStation 5. So I can have 4 related products over here. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I can edit the product. I can scroll down, go to linked products, and I can have an upsell. So if I sell this PlayStation, I can say, hey, maybe you want to have an extra controller. So PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller, I can add it as an upsell. Or PlayStation, let's say headphone, wireless headset. So I have 2 upsells. So now if I update this product and I view the product, look at this. I scroll down. You may also like the headset and the DualSense wireless controller. And then below that we have related products. So that is an upsell. Let's do a cross-sell. I added the product. I scroll down to linked products and also over here the same products. DualSense and the Pulse 3D. Update. View. Now if I add this to the cart and I view the cart, since I have added this product to the cart, you may also be interested in. So this is a cross-sell. This will appear on the cart. If I remove this, it is also removed over here because all those products over here do not have cross-sells. So let's go to the Nintendo Switch, edit the product, and I go for a cross-sell. Shooting game gun controller. Update. View the product. I already have it in my cart, so if let's add another one. I view the cart, and now I see the shooting game gun controller because I have the Nintendo Switch. So that's how it works with upsells and cross-sells. Ladies and gentlemen, are you still having fun? I hope so. If this video is helpful for you, please like it. And feel free to subscribe for more upcoming WordPress related tutorials. Now I want to take a look at the archive page, also known as the shop page. And let's configure it. Let's make it look better. And let's make it easier for people to navigate through our shop. Are you ready? I am. Maybe I'm asleep at this moment, but I recorded this. So that's the great thing about YouTube. But I'm ready right now to start with this part of the tutorial. And I want you to be serious right now. Don't laugh. No. This always happens when I make these videos. And I leave it in the video. Some people can appreciate it. Some people think I'm crazy. Some people think both. You know what? Let's continue with the archive page. So going back over here, we have a lot of products and I want to sell them. And in order to sell them, I need to make my website look better because right now it doesn't look that appealing. How can I do that? I click on the customizer and automatically will be redirected to the right configuration page. Because we can now configure this page because this is the product catalog. So I can change the container layout. Right now it looks like this. Let me make it a bit smaller. Command Control minus. If I select boxed, it looks like this. And I have to say, I like it. The only thing I don't like is that the background color is a little bit too dark in my opinion. So I can go back. I can go back and I can go to the global settings of Astra. Then I go to colors. And then over here, I have the site background. I can make it orange. So much better. No, let's not do that. Let's make it black and then bring it up until we think, yes, not too distracting, but you see the difference. Something like this. Publish. Then I go back, and I go to the WooCommerce settings, product catalog, and then we continue. We can also stretch the website like this. And if I make the website smaller, this will still be full width. Well, I stick with the boxed version And if you have a sidebar, you can choose a layout. I don't use a sidebar on my shop page, so I leave it like that. Then there's the shop layout. Right now it is displayed like this. I can change it to design 1. I don't see any difference. I can change it to design 3. I definitely see a difference over here. And this is the version I prefer. No, just kidding. I like design 2. When I hover over it, I see this. I can add it to the cart. And when I go to design 1, I don't see that. So I choose design 2. How many columns do I want to have? Well, I can have 6. I can have 1. And I choose 3. And there it is. How many products do I want to have per page? So right now I have 12. And after 12, I can go to the second page. Or what I can do, I can say, for instance, 9. So now I have 9 products. And I can go to the next page. Or I go for an infinite scroll. In order to fix that, we need to scroll down a bit. All the way. And then there's a shop pagination. Right now we can go to a different number. I like infinite scroll. And while I'm scrolling, more products will appear. So I scroll down. And when there are more products, they will appear over here. Right now they don't because I'm in the editing mode. Let me publish it. Let me scroll up again to the settings where we were. 9 products. And when I scroll down, let me show you. More products will appear. So I scroll down. There they are. Automatically. How great is that? Customize. And then automatically we go back to the product catalog, configuration settings. I scroll down. The shop archive content width. I can make it smaller if I want to. So I can bring it down like that. But I prefer to have the default width. This one. What do I want to display over here? Well, of course, products. I can say categories, but I don't want that. So I say products. And also on the category display. So if I would go to a category page with all the products that contain that category, I also want to show the products. And the default products sorting is custom ordering plus name. It is this one. So which one should be shown by default? So I can also say by default, the most expensive products should appear. So this one, then this one, etc. Well, I prefer the default sorting. And then people can choose to change that. What else over here? I see the category first, then I see the title. And if I uncheck this, the title will be gone. Well, I want to show the title. I do want to show the ratings and I want to show the price. I do not want to show the add to cart button. So I turn that off because people just need to click over here in order to go to that product page. And if people want to add it to the cart, they can click over here. When they hover over it, they will see it. Great. Then there's the toolbar structure. That's this area over here. Do I want to have the results count? Well, if I have a small website, I prefer not to do that because then I think only 70 products. So no, thank you. I don't see the value of that. Well, it needs to be refreshed. Do I want to show a filter? Yes. So there will be a filter. We need to configure it. Do I want to have sorting? If I turn this off, it's gone. I want to turn it on. And what I also like is the easy list view. If I turn it on, that means that people can watch this in a list view like that. And then I can decide how many columns there should be. So if I would say 1, and I go to the list view, it will be displayed like that. I like that. So let's make it 2. And then to the other settings. Do I want to show that this is a shop? No, I don't want to show the title. So I remove that. Do I want to display the breadcrumb? Then you would, if I go to, okay, so if I would go to this page and then to the category Nintendo or a tag, then it will say where we are. If I turn it off, it's gone. Well, I want to show it and people know where they are. And if I would have a sidebar, do I want my sidebar at the right or at the left to be sticky? Well, I don't have a sidebar, but hey, if you have one, you can choose it over here. Enable the filter accordion. Right now, if I click, it appears over here. That means if I click on the filter, it will open over here instead of here at the left. I'll show you in a minute how to configure this and display the active filters. And I'll keep that on. We'll talk about the filter in a minute. There's also a quick view. That means if you click over here, you see a pop-up with the information. When should it appear? When you click on the image. When you click on the image, for instance, and then you can have an add to cart button. So let me publish it and close it. Now if I click on the image, I see a pop-up and I can add it to the cart. I can view the cart. Let's go back to the home page. So that's an option. I prefer not to do that. So I scroll down all the way and I turn it off or I disable it. Well, we talked about the infinite scroll. Even to trigger infinite loading, you can click over here and load more products, or when I scroll automatically, all the other products will appear. That's what I prefer. The shop filter button. Right now it's a link. I can make it a button. Then it gets more attention. Or I can create something custom. But I like the link. I want people to focus on this area, not on the filter. The text. I can also say filter by price. And then I can only have the option to filter by price. It's the flyout, or should it be top collapsible? Well, I prefer that. So it will appear over here. Well, there's no filter yet. In order to fix that, let's go back. Let's go back and then go to widgets. And I go to the shop filter widget. I click on the plus. Then I click on browse all. And I search for filter. And in my case, I want to filter by price. Let me publish it. Now if I click over here, I can say I want to spend a maximum of $500. So I don't see any product that is more expensive than $500. So if I would go to sort by price high to low, the highest one will be lower than $496 as you see over here. So that's how we work with filters. I go to WooCommerce product catalog, scroll down all the way, and there's a new option. The filter column. I want to have one column. Maybe that's too wide. Okay, let's change that to 2. And now it is easier for people to create a nice filter. Okay, then we go to design. We can change the product title. So if you make it orange, you see what will change. We can make it blue. Well, I prefer to leave it as it is. On the other hand, everything is a little bit the same. So what I prefer to do, the price, I want it to be blue. And the color of the ratings, I want it to be another color. Let me show you in a minute how to do that. I want to bring everything to the center. Okay, but what I see, those swatches are not in the center. So in order to do that, I publish it, I close this, then I go to the back end, to WooCommerce variation swatches. There are some settings. Look at this, it's my video. I'm privileged. I feel humbled that they use my videos. I go to the settings and to the shop page styling, and I bring the swatch alignment to the center. Guys and ladies, it's getting better and better, don't you think? I'm excited because right now, if I scroll, it looks like this. So I'm happy with that. Let's go back to the customizer and then to the design tab over here. So I scroll down. Do I want to have a product image hover style? What I can do, I can swap images. Or swap. So if I hover over it, you see another image. What I prefer is to have a small zoom. Like that. There's the button padding. Well, we don't have the button anymore, the add to cart. There's the content padding. So we can create more space in this area over here. There's the box shadow. So right now there's no line, there's nothing. But I can make that. So I can increase this to 2. I can increase the blur. like that. And then, or I can make the 0, 0. You know what? Let's make it 2, 2, and 4. And then I want to decrease the opacity. So make it a bit lighter. So you see small shadow. Maybe play around with the blur a little bit more. Okay. You can also have the hover when I hover somewhere. I can have the hover when I hover. Okay. So let me increase this. Make this a little bit more visible. And then this will happen. Okay, let's decrease the color because it's a lot. Okay, you know what? I don't need it. Then the product title font. I think it can be a bit bigger. Not that big. And what I like with the Astra Pro theme or the Astra Pro plugin, everything will stay in the same card. So even if you have 2 rows and here only 1 row, the height of all the products is still the same. I like that design wise. The price font, well, I think it can be bigger. And then the content font, no, if there's a text, you can have it, make it bigger or smaller. So we'll do some CSS. If I want this, okay, let's go to one of the products over here. I have 5 stars, right mouse click, inspect. I use Google Chrome. Then I scroll down until I see a color. That's the same color I see over here. So if I click here, I make this a bit yellowish. Yes, I can copy this. I customize the website. Then it's black again. Then I go back and back to the additional CSS. I paste this. And now it is this color. So right now it looks really nice. And I want to talk about one more thing. And that's the image. I go to the customizer, go back and go to the product images. Right now, the quality is okay. I can change this to the 600 is okay. The thumbnail, I want it to be 600 as well. So the quality is better. I think that's really important for your website. Look at this. This looks so much better. Then we can change the crop. Right now it's a square. The image is 1 by 1. I can make it custom, like 4 by 3. I can make it 3 by 4, like that. I can also make it uncropped, so the image will be displayed as a full, but that makes the text go shift everywhere. I don't want that. So what you can do when you upload your images, make sure they're all the same size, and then it will look really nice. I prefer 1-on-1 or 1 by 1. Then when people click on the image, they can see the complete image. They can click here, navigate. Wow, I'm really happy with how everything looks. And right now we see also the related products, and the more products you offer, the more related products you will see. So if I scroll down, related products, and the bigger your website, the more will be shown there. So I click on publish, close it. And this is our website. We can filter things. We can change how it is displayed, and we can sort by popularity and by prices, high to low. And I'm happy with how everything looks. Using Astra Pro, you can make the WooCommerce pages look so much better. We already talked about the product page, the archive page. Now let's take a look at the cart page, and after that also the checkout page and the account, my account page. So let's take a look at that. What I want to do now, I want to show you the website using the free version of Astra with WooCommerce and the pro version with Astra. So this is the free version website. And if I add this to the cart, so I click over here and I add it to the cart, I can view the cart, and this is how the cart looks in the free version of WooCommerce and Astra. And there are a few things I don't like. Keep in mind, we want to make sales and we want to make the process of buying things on your website easy. Well, there are a few things I don't like. If I want to change the amount, so I want to buy an extra controller, I click on the plus, nothing happens. I need to scroll down and click on update. I think that's weird. I want to click and then it will change. What I also don't like, I don't see an overview of how much I bought. I need to scroll down and then I see the overview. What I also don't like is that there's a really big area with a button, apply coupon. So what people can do, they think, hey, I want to buy a lot of stuff. But maybe there's a coupon code, so they're going to Google like, hey, is there a coupon code for console delivery? And they don't find the coupon code, and then they can get distracted and they can leave the website. If I take a look at the pro version and I buy this one, and I add it to the cart, and I view the cart, look at this. At once, I see an overview of what I spent total. If I want to have an extra controller, I just click on the plus. You see the skeleton loader, and it will appear over here. So it's updated. The price is changed. If I scroll down, I still see the cart totals. So everywhere on this page where I am, I can see how much I've spent and if there's free shipping or not. And by the way, if we want to promote free shipping, like hey, if you spend $10 more or $20 more, you get free shipping. There's a tool I will talk about in a minute that will help you to increase the sales on your website. But right now, I think it looks amazing already. So I still can remove things just as over here. Here it's at the left. Here it is at the right. So if I want to get rid of this one, it's gone. Over here, I need to click here. And then it's gone. And if I take a look at the coupon code, small text, have a coupon. And if you click on it, then you can apply the coupon. I think that's better than a really big button over here, like apply the coupon code. And then over here, we can proceed to the checkout. Well, there are a few things we can do. We can go to the customizer, and actually we can remove all the great benefits there are on this page. So I can enable or disable the modern cart layout. So if I turn this off, it will look like the free version. I turn it on. Do I want to have sticky cart totals? If I turn it off, this area will not stick with us. Do I want to have the real-time quantity updater? If I turn it off, and I click on the plus, nothing happens until I click on update cart. I turn it on again, and we can change the text over here, proceed to the checkout. I think that's better than checkout because it talks about an action. Click here to proceed to the checkout. You can also change this text. So I close it because I did not change anything. Now let's take a look at the checkout page and the My Account page using Astra Pro. And then in the free version, if I would go to the checkout, it looks like this. Do you have a coupon? Click here to enter your code. Again, I don't want to have the coupon area. We can fill in our details over here, ship it to a different address. This is all standard WooCommerce information. We can have notes, optional. And over here, we see an overview of our order. I don't like it. It looks weird. And I have no payment method, but if I have one, it looks amazing. We'll talk about payment delivery later. And then we can place the order. Over here at the new version, I click on proceed to the checkout, the pro version, I mean. There's no question, have a coupon code. No, just my information. If I'm already logged in, it will show my information over here. If I'm not logged in, I can click here to log in. Then the first name and last name, look at how beautiful it looks. Here's the first name and the last name, and I can fill it in over here. Over here, it's in the area already. So if I fill this in, first name, then it will appear over here. Last name. Then there's the company name. Maybe I don't want to have a company name. Then I can get rid of it. But it all looks a little bit better. So later on in the tutorial, we'll talk about payment methods, and then it will look like this. You can have your credit card details, pay with Klarna, pay with PayPal. And when you have PayPal, there are more options you can have over here. And I think it looks great. Then over here at the right, an image of the product. You see the amount. And at the right, you see the price. I think that looks better than this. This looks ugly. This does not look professional. So Astra Pro is doing an amazing job in making this all look better. And then later I will show you how to add payment options and I will show you how that is displayed with Astra Pro. So let's go to the customizer over here, because at the checkout, we can also adjust a lot of things. I can change the form width, so I can make it smaller. Let's bring it back to default. The checkout layout, of course, there's modern. I can bring it back to default. And then there's the ugly version. Let's bring it back to modern. I can have a one column layout. So first people need to fill in their details. And then there's a reason why you can make this smaller. Makes a lot of sense. So if you want to have it like this, you can do it, or bring it back and have two columns. You can change the text over here, place order. And then you can say, do you want to have this secure payout icon? No. Then it's gone. Enable the button price. You can turn it off. I turn them both on and I leave the text as it is. Over here at the right, do I want to have the product image? If not, it will look like that. And I want to enable the modern order received layout and then enable sticky order review. So if there are less products over here than the length of this area, then this will stick with us. And I like that. We can also have multiple step layout. So if I turn it on, the first step is shipping. And then the second area is payment. And you can give them all a different name. Well, you can do that. I don't do it. And you can also have a distraction-free checkout. Well, this is already at the cart, so I don't need it over here. Do I want to have a distraction-free checkout? If I do that, there's no header. I think that's better because I want people to focus on one goal, and that is to buy the stuff and not to go to different pages in the website. So I like it. I turn it on. Persistent checkout form data. Well, that means if you fill in the information and you're halfway through and you accidentally refresh the page, this will not be gone. But if you turn this on, it will stay there. That's so much better because sometimes you accidentally hit F5 or Command R somehow, and then you need to fill in everything again. You don't want that. So turn this on and then this. Okay. If you're only selling to individuals, or how do you say that? People without a company, then you can say hide it. If you only want to sell people that have a business, you can make it required. There it is with the asterisk. I hide it. I also do not need the second line for the address. So I say hide it. So there's only one line over here. The phone field, no, I hide it. But it's up to you. But right now I like it that it's just a short area over here. Highlight required fields with the asterisk. And then here's the privacy policy page. You need to select one. And the terms and conditions page, if you don't have one yet. Let's publish it. Go back. Then we can go to the menu. I create a menu already. Main menu. I do not select this yet. I will talk about it later. I want to add an item and create a new page and call this one terms and conditions. I add it. I close it. Publish. Okay, now I go back to WooCommerce, checkout, and I scroll down. And here I say the terms and conditions page. Okay, I need to refresh the page, so Command R. Now I scroll down and I select the terms and conditions page. So people need to agree with the terms and conditions. They have to check this, otherwise they cannot buy this. And in those terms and conditions, you can talk about the refunds and all the other terms and conditions. So that's it about the checkout page. So you can have it like this, the default WooCommerce one, or like this. And if you buy something, then first we need to go to the backend, to WooCommerce Settings. Then we go to Payments. And let's turn on Cash on Delivery. save the changes. So now I go to my website, to the home page. I go to the checkout page, checkout. With the old version, I fill in my details over here and I click on place order. And it looks like this. All the information, the order number, the date, email, the total, the payment method, what I've bought, and where it will be billed to, and where it will be shipped to. Over here with this one, let me fill in my details. I agree and I place the order. And now it looks like this. Order number, the date, email, the total, and the payment method. And in my opinion, it looks better. And then the billing address and the shipping address. So what I can do now, I can go to the homepage and then to my account. And it looks like this. If I would go to my account on the free version, it's like this. The standard WooCommerce layout with our orders, our downloads, if we downloaded digital products, our addresses, our account details, and we can log out. Over here with Astra Pro, it looks like this. It's a bit personalized. Hello for the Korpszoek. The orders, it looks better with an image. You see the status. You can view it, what you've bought. Then there are the downloads, the addresses, account details, and you can log out. And if you want to adjust that, so let's log in again. I go to the customizer. I can turn off the modern layout, turn it on, then you see the difference. I can use the gravatar or not. And I can enable the grid view or disable it. Well, that's for the orders. So if I turn this off, it looks like that. If you turn it on, it all looks better. It all looks more professional, which gives the customer the idea that they're on a really professional website from a professional company, which should also be the case, of course. Publish it. Let me get rid of this. So that's the process of buying things. But of course, we want people to be able to pay. So how can we enable a payment method? Of course, we want people to be able to pay on our website, so we can make use of payment methods like credit card, Klarna, Ideal, PayPal. So let me show you how to configure that and optimize it. No, not optimize it, implement it in your website so people can pay with real money that goes to your bank account, and then you can send the products to the right people. So in order to create payment methods on our website, we go to 30corp.com/Stripe, hit enter. You'll be redirected to Stripe. And if you want to sign in and know step-by-step how to do that, you can go to YouTube and search for Stripe 30. You can watch this video and it's 2 years old, so it can be that the layout looks a little bit different, but the process is still the same. I already have an account, so I click on sign in. Okay, my best sale date was this amount. I'm really happy with that. I sold my course for $300. My latest payment was in October. I don't sell anything currently, but I'm happy with Stripe and it can help you to sell a lot of things on the internet. Okay, now we're logged in. That's all we needed to do. Now I go to the website, to the back end. Then I go to plugins, add new. And then I search for checkout plugins. And then we go for Stripe payments for WooCommerce by checkout plugins. Install now, a lot of stars, which is more than the one from Stripe and WooCommerce. Activate it. And we can also just connect it with Stripe. So I connect it with Stripe instead of placing all those codes. I click on connect with Stripe. So I need to authorize Stripe. And I have my account already over here. So I click on connect. And I want to add Stripe, recommended, and Klarna. Enable gateways. Woohoo! Almost done. I want to enable express payout. That means that on a Mac, you can pay really easily. And on a PC, also with Google Pay. Here with Apple Pay, here with Google Pay. I want to enable express payouts. And this is important. I want to enable the webhook. So I copy this. Then I go to the Stripe dashboard. I paste this code. select events, charge, select them all, edit, add the endpoint. I copy this code. And by the way, we're not in test mode, we're in the live mode. So I select the live mode. I paste the webhook secret, save and continue. Great, your store is set to accept payments. We provide lots of customization options to match your needs. Don't forget to explore them. Let's customize them. So these settings, credit card, I remove Stripe. And this is all great. The statement descriptor, I will say console delivery. Charge type is charge. Enable payment via saved cards. That means that when people come back to your website, the credit card settings are saved. And I can select certain cards that are allowed. I want to allow them all. And by default, order status is processing. So it's by default also processing. So I turn that on. And then the order button is pay now. Save the changes. And now when we go to the website, we click over here. We can pay now. So let's add it to the cart. View the cart. And also here we can pay now, and the style is better. It looks better. So let's take a look over here. Perfect. We can pay now or pay like this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It looks amazing. And if we don't want to pay with credit card, we use Klarna. Then we agree with everything. We fill in our details and then we can pay with Klarna or pay now. And if I want to, I can change this back to Stripe. So I go back to WooCommerce Settings, Payments, Stripe card processing, Manage. Then I say pay with Stripe. Save it. And now if I go to the checkout, it says pay with Stripe. Or I just say pay. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. I also want to add PayPal as a payment method. So I go to the backend to plugins, add new. And I search for WooCommerce PayPal. There it is, WooCommerce PayPal payments. I install it now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but now. Activate it. And it says it's almost ready to get started. Connect your account. I click on it. And I go directly to the settings of WooCommerce, payments, and then PayPal. So what do I want to do? I want to enable PayPal payments. And I can also accept all major credit and debit cards, but I already have that with Stripe. If you want to, you can turn it on. I don't. I activate PayPal. Now I need to log in and I need to accept everything. So my email address, which is my PayPal email address, and then the country of region. Next, I need to log in with my password. Okay, I get a confirmation text. I agree and connect. Now I can go back to WooCommerce. And that's it. I have to wait a second. I see it loading over here. Okay, it's connected. Now I go back to the settings, to payments. And then over here I set it up, but now I need to turn it on. Save the changes. And now if I go to the website, to the checkout, I can pay with credit card, with Klarna, and with PayPal. And since I'm with PayPal, I can also pay with Ideal and so forth. So you see there are a lot of ways to pay. And when I click over here, you see the button changes. Here I pay with Stripe. Here I pay with Klarna. And here I pay with PayPal, Ideal, or so forth. So a lot of ways to let people pay on your website. Let's talk about coupon codes. With coupon codes, you can get more sales. How you can send coupon codes to people that have already bought things on your website and send a coupon code to your list saying, hey, the first 100 people that buy for at least $50 get $5 or $10 discount. Or you can say to people, subscribe to our newsletter and you'll get $5 discount or 5% discount on your first buy on the website. So coupon codes are an amazing way to get more sales. And I'll show you how to create coupon codes in this part coming up in the tutorial. In order to add coupon codes to our WooCommerce website, we go to the backend, and here at the left, we go to marketing coupons. And here we can add our first coupon code. First, we need to create a code. I can also generate a code, and I can give the description, get $10 off. So I can copy the code, and when I would publish this code, and I go to the website, to the cart, I can click over here. I can add the coupon code, apply it. What you'll see, I get $0 discount. Why? Over here, I need to fill in the amount. So if I would say 10, update, and I refresh the page, you see I get $10 off discount. So not $29, but $19. If we take a look at the discount types, we see a fixed car discount. We can also say percentage. So I can also give 10% of discount. So I can say get 10% off. And now if I refresh the page, you get $2.90 discount, which is 10% off $29. Let me bring it back to fixed cart discount, $10, get $10 off. And what I can say, when people fill in this code, they automatically get free shipping. And I can also say it will only available until the latest day of October 2022. Then we can go to the restrictions. What I can say, you get 10% off when spending a minimum of $50. So if I would say people need to spend at least $50, update, refresh, they'll say, sorry, it seems that the coupon blah, blah, blah is invalid. It has now been removed from your order. Now, if I want to add it, it will say the minimum spend for this coupon is $50. I can also have a maximum, and that can be nice when you work with percentage. If you give 25% discount, you can say, well, only until a maximum of $2,000. And when people spend more than that, then the 25% will not work anymore. You can turn this off if you say this coupon code can only be used on itself, not in conjunction with another coupon code. So you can have a $10 discount coupon code. Besides that, you can have a 10% discount coupon code. And then if you check this, you cannot combine them. So you have double discount. You can also say that this only applies to normal items without a discount. So if you turn this on, remove this, update, and then you go to your website, remove this, and go to a discounted product, this controller, and I add it to the cart. I view the cart, and I go for the coupon. It will say, sorry, this coupon is not valid for sale items. I can also say it's only available for certain products, so only for the controllers, for instance. Or I can exclude a product, like it's for everything except for all the Switch products. You can also include a category or exclude a category. I don't know why, but you can also say only people with a Gmail account can make use of this discount. You can also make use of usage limits. So first I can say there are only 100 places coupon codes available with this one. So after it is used 100 times, it is not available anymore. I can also say every user can use it twice. So people can buy this. Of course, I need to update it. Refresh. I paste the code. Now it's working. $55. I can buy this. Then I can come back, go to a different product, buy it again with the same coupon code. And it works. But after 2 times, I cannot use it anymore. And it will say that. You can also make it easier. You can say $10. So copy this, update, refresh. And now I click on have a coupon. I say $10, apply. So it doesn't matter if it's capitals or not, but it's easier. So you can have a Facebook or Instagram message saying, hey, if you fill in $10 right now, only until the end of this day, for the first 100 people, you get discount. So that's a great way to boost your sales in a short amount of time. So there's only one coupon code. I can create a second one and a third one and apply all these principles, which I just showed you. Ladies and gentlemen, I really think that personally, honestly, I really think that it's time to talk about shipping. How to create the shipping cost based on the place where people buy from, on the weight, or on the total amount people spend on your website. So let's talk about that. So in order to set up shipping methods, we go to the backend of our website to plugins, add new, and we search for table rate. And it's probably the first one from Optimise. A lot of installations, a lot of stars, and last updated just 19 hours ago. I click on install now, and I click on activate. I close this. It's a free version. There is a pro version, but we're going to use the free version, and it's amazing. So what I want to do, I want to go to WooCommerce Settings, General, and then over here, I want to select to which countries I want to sell. Maybe you want to sell to all countries, that's fine. So let me say specific countries. For instance, I want to send products to the Netherlands and to the United States. If you send to the whole world, you can also leave this to all countries. You can also sell to all countries except for, and then say to which country you're not selling. I do specific countries. I save the changes, and then I go to shipping, the third tab here in the WooCommerce settings, shipping. By default, the Netherlands is here. Let me delete it and start from scratch for you. So I click on add shipping zone, and I start with the Netherlands. So maybe you sell to the United States, then you say United States. So I start with the Netherlands. Later on, I will do United States, and then I will link it to the region, the Netherlands. Then I want to add a shipping method, and I select flexible shipping, and this option is available because of the plugin table rates. I add the shipping method, and then I click on it. Now I can configure this. Well, in the Netherlands, we make use of a company. It's called PostNL, like UPS for the Netherlands. But over here, the method title, I choose my carrier over here, the company that's shipping my products. So I say PostNL. The method description will be displayed on your website, and I don't want it to have the same title twice, so I leave this empty. And then about the shipping cost, do I want to add taxes over the shipping cost? You can say yes. And if you do, you can say it will be displayed inclusive of tax or exclusive of tax. You can also say none. And do you want to have free shipping from a certain amount on? Well, from $200 and on and more, I want to have free shipping. Then I scroll down all the way, close this, and I want to create some conditions. And it can be done on always. So the price will always be $20, no matter what you buy, how much you buy, how heavy it is, what you buy, always $20 shipping cost. But I prefer to work with conditions. So if the price, the total price of my cart is between $0 and $19.99, then I want to charge $8 shipping cost. I add the rule, you know what, let's make it 5. And I go to the price, and from everything that is within $20 and $49.99, I charge $8. Then another one, I can also do it based on the weight. If you're selling really heavy products, you can do that. I prefer the price. That's what I see all the big shops doing. Here from $50 until $99.99, I charge $12. And then another one from $100 until $199.99, I charge $15. And then one more from $200 on till the maximum, people pay nothing. It's free shipping. So I save the changes, and these are only applicable for the Netherlands. So I'm logged in. I live in the Netherlands, so my address is from the Netherlands. So if I would go to the cart, it will say based on my price, $65, I pay $12. So let me see if that's correct. It is, but let me show you why. If I go to WooCommerce Settings, Shipping, the Netherlands, PostNL, and I scroll down, this product is $65. So it's between $50 and $99.99. So that's $12. That's exactly what I see over here. So if I would add a second one, a second controller, I pay $130. And now it says automatically I have to pay $15. Why? Because between $100 and $199, I pay $15. If I add another one, I will have a total of $195 and I still pay $15. But now, if I select the fourth one, it's free. Why? Because I'm over $200. So let's take it to the next level. Now, if I go to shipping zones and I choose a new one and I say United States, and I select the United States, I can add a shipping method, flexible shipping. And in the United States, I prefer to use UPS. And from no taxes, but from $100 on, shipping will be free because UPS has different rules and stuff. So I say the pricing from 1 until $14.99 will be $4. Then from $15 until $29.99, it is $6. Then from 30 until $49.99, it is $8. And then from 50 until 100 or 99.99, it is $9. And the latest one, from $100 on, everything is free. Save the changes. So let me go back to the cart and I will reduce it back to 65. Over here it says if I send it to the United States or if you buy it from the United States, everything between 50 and 99, you pay $9 in shipping cost. So right now it's $12 if I send it to the Netherlands. But now if I change my address, let me remove this and I select the United States and I update it. Now I pay $9. So based on the country or even the region, you can select how much people should pay when they spend a certain amount of money. And I think that is amazing. So if I bring this back to the Netherlands, I'll pay $12 shipping cost instead of $9 because it's sent to the Netherlands. If I want to have free shipping, I need to buy 4 and then it says PostNL free. So that's how you can work with table rates and shipping. Here is my favorite subject. Finally, we're going to talk about taxes and not the state taxes. No, we're going to talk about paying taxes to the government with money we work so hard for to earn. That is, wow, I love taxes. No, but it's good that we pay taxes. In the Netherlands, we pay a lot of taxes and that's why the roads are great and stuff and the health secure things. So I always think the more taxes you pay, the more money you probably make. So it's okay as long as you're happy with who you are as a person, because out of that flows everything else in your life. You know, no. Okay. Let's talk about taxes. And I'm going to talk about putting all the taxes information manually and about automated taxes. So if you want to know how to automate your taxes, keep watching. So in order to configure taxes, we go to the backend to WooCommerce Settings. I scroll down and I see the option Enable Taxes. I turn this on and when I do that and I save it, a new tab will appear. So let's save it. And there it is, the taxes. Well, nothing changes yet because we have not configured anything yet. So also if we add this to the cart and we go to the checkout, no taxes. So let me walk you through the options. And the first option is prices entered with tax. So what I can do, I can make sure that this is shown inclusive of tax or exclusive of tax. And when do you need to do what? Well, if you're only selling to companies, you can say this is $179 but then at the checkout, taxes will be added. If you want that, then keep this option. No, I will enter prices exclusive of tax. And in order to see how this looks, we need to talk about the taxes rates. Right now we have 3 rates: standard rates, reduced rates, and 0 rates. Well, let me scroll down a bit. We have by default the standard rates. And then over here we can have additional tax classes as well. In the Netherlands, we only have 2. So we only have the default rates for a lot of products. And then we have the reduced rates for books, for instance. So I only have reduced rates and the standard rates. And if I save it, look at this. I have standard rates and reduced rates. Well, I will show you how to automate this. But right now I want to show you how to do this manually. So I can insert a new standard tax rate for a certain area. So for the Netherlands, it's NL for the whole Netherlands. And then the rate is 21. And then I can say VAT. And the question is, do I want to calculate tax on shipping? No. So I save it. And then I go to the reduced rates. I can also search for a country, Netherlands. I can select it. And then the reduced rate is 9% VAT, not for shipping. Save it. So I'm selling to the Netherlands and I'm from the Netherlands. So if I would go to the checkout, wait a minute. What you see over here on my screen is not the same as what you see on your screen. Why? Let me explain it to you. While I was making this tutorial, there was a tool called Modern Cart from Astra, the same makers of the Astra Theme. And they did not release it. So I had to cut out a few things in the tutorial, and re-record all those things is a little bit hard. So I wanted to say through this way that sometimes you see me do a thing around the cart that is a little bit different than your cart. No worries. You can follow along in the tutorial, but I wanted to say that to you so I don't have to edit all those things out and record all those areas again. Okay? Thank you for understanding. If you have no understanding for this, then it's hard for me because I want to be liked by everybody. And if it's not the same, and it can be that you don't like me anymore. And for me, that's hard. But until you say that, if you don't say that to me, I don't feel it. So that's no problem. So if you're not happy with me right now, please don't say it, because if you do so, then I feel it. I don't want to feel that because it doesn't feel good. Now let's continue with the tutorial. And right now it says it's exclusive of VAT, $179. And with the VAT added, it is a total of $231. Why? We pay this as a company, and this money we'll get it back from the government. That's just the way it works. So that's a nice way to display the prices on your website when you're selling to a company. And then over here, I show all the prices exclusive of tax. And then over here, I can decide, do I want to display this in the shop, including or excluding the tax? Well, I choose excluding because that money is something the people with a company get back. So only here it will be displayed, and then the total amount you have to pay is this amount. So the whole website shows everything exclusive of tax. Well, what we do in the Netherlands, we show everything inclusive of tax, and then depending if you have a company or not, you can get the taxes back. But if you don't have a company, people will pay $299 for the switch. So they will not get a surprise, like when they buy this as an individual, not as a company. Let me close this. So they say, okay, I'm going to pay $299. They go to the checkout and they have to pay more. And they're like, but I don't have a company. So what I want the VAT to be included in the price. How can we do that? Really simple. Yes, I will enter the prices inclusive of tax. So I save it. And now when I go to the website, okay, so at the end of the day, when we buy this, we pay $299, but right now it says $247. So it's showing the price exclusive of the tax or the VAT. So it's saying over here, X VAT. Now, if I go to the checkout, then I will see a total of $299. But what I want on the website, I want to show the price inclusive of the tax or the VAT. Sorry, in the Netherlands, we only have one word for that. So I don't know if I should say VAT or tax or taxes the state. No. So how to achieve that? Well, over here, display prices in the shop page, including the tax. And also here, I want to include the tax. So everywhere in the website, I see all the prices, including the tax. So now it's $2.99. But when I go to the checkout, I do not get a surprise because it will be $2.99. And then it will say $51.89 is taxes or VAT. So when I have a company and I buy this and I want to make YouTube videos and tutorials about Switch-related videos, Switch-related games, then I can say, hey, I buy this for my company. And then I can get this money back. But I'm not surprised that the price will be more than $299. So this is personally how I prefer to do it, because when I buy this as an individual, I know I pay $299 and I will not be surprised at the checkout with additional taxes. And then if there's a product, for instance, let's say one of the products is a book, or all the cases don't have to go for the 21%, but the 9%, I can go to the product. I can edit the product. I scroll down, and then here the tax status is taxable, but the tax class is reduced rate. So if I'm selling a book in the Netherlands, I know I have the reduced rate of 9% instead of 21. So now when I update it, and I view the product, and I add it to the cart, and I view the cart, and I get rid of this one, and I proceed to the checkout, what I see is that the included tax is $3.22. It's only $3.22, which is 9% and not 21%. If I would change this now, let me show you. I go to the products, all products, and I search for cases. And I click over here. And I change it back to standard. And I refresh the page. Look at this number. It's almost double. This is 21%. So that's how you can work with rates and reduce rates. Okay, a few more things I want to do. Over here, it is now not reduced. So let me bring it back to reduced, update. Then I want to go to the settings again. So I go to WooCommerce Settings, to tax. And then I want to go to the standard rates. And I want to include shipping. So, and this time I say, not say VAT, but since I have two types of rates, tax rates, I want to say 21% VAT. Copy this, save it. And over here, 9%. So it will be more clear what people are paying for. So over here, you see 9% VAT. So if I go to the website and I buy something with the normal rate instead of the reduced rate, and I go to the checkout, it will say includes 3.22, that's 9% VAT, and $51, that's 21% VAT. So that's nice. If I want to combine this, I go to the settings, tax options, and I say display tax totals as a single total, save the changes, refresh. Now it's one big pile of VAT. And if you're not selling to companies, that's great. If you're selling to companies, I would definitely say itemized. And then another one, the rounding. If you have a lot of products, look at this. Let's add them all to the cart. Click here. Click away. And I view the cart. I proceed to the checkout. Right now, this is the amount of VAT. Let me edit the cart. Remove this one. So there's only one type of VAT, which is 21. 403.17. Well, if I would say round tax at subtotal level instead of rounding per line, that's better for when you're selling to companies, because right now, if I uncheck this, it will round up every VAT number per product. And then it will be added to this number. But when I check this, it will round all the taxes at the sub level. So it will add all the taxes of all these products and then it will round it up. I think that's better when you're selling to companies. I know for sure that's better. Otherwise you get weird missing numbers of 2 cents and 3 cents and you're like, where is it? But if I refresh it now, in this case, it's the same, but it's better to calculate, to sum up all the taxes of all these products and then round it up to 2 decibels after the point. I hope I explained that well. Just turn it on. It's better. And depending if you sell only to customers, you can use it as a single total, and then it will say it's VAT. But wait, I'm selling to the Netherlands. But what if I'm selling to the United States? Where's the VAT now? Well, in order to set it up, we go to the standard rates and I insert a row and I can say US has 10%. 10% VAT. Save the changes and reduce rates. Also US, let's say 5% VAT. Not for the shipping. Okay, now look at this. Refresh. This is the amount of tax for the United States. So that's how you can set up taxes, but for every state there's another taxes. So you can search for tax jar United States. There you go. And then you see California 7.25. So what you can do, here's the state code, California. You say 7.25. 7.25. But then you need to do that for all the states you're selling to. So Washington 6.5. And if you do that, by the way, this is the reduced rate, so I need to do it for the standard rates. CA. Then I need to do something else. I need to go to the tax options and I need to calculate the tax based, right now it's the customer shipping address. That's the best because people that buy from California will pay a different tax amount than people from Iowa. Let me see, Kansas, Colorado. I've been to Kansas. I've been to California, Hawaii. How much is the taxes in Hawaii? 4%. Wow. So, yeah, that's what you can do, but there's a better way. We can also automate this whole thing. But what I wanted to say, let me not get carried away. If you're only selling to one country, you can use the shop-based address because then all the taxes are the same and it will not change based on where people live. But did I really say that? I can cut it out. I can also leave it in. I will leave it in. And it was just an honest mistake. Out of the heart, out of the abundance of the heart flows. Okay. Customer shipping address. I leave it as it is. And by default, we decide per item what kind of rate it should be. So if you want to change something, you need to go to the product, all products. Wait, let me save it first. We go to the products, all products, do a quick edit, and then you can change the tax status to taxable and reduce rate. One more thing, you can go to WooCommerce Settings, tax, and then if you want to, you can say everything is including the VAT. And then on your whole website, it says that, but I don't want that. But hey, if you want that, you can do it because it's your store. Tax, remove this. So now everything is calculated perfectly for my customers. And then if they have a company, they can get their taxes back. And if they don't have it, it's also fine. In order to automate taxes, we go to the back end. We search or we go to plugins, add new, and then we search for WooCommerce tax. Let's say WooCommerce shipping and tax. Install now. Activate. And then it will prompt us to install Jetpack and connect. That's what I will do by clicking here. Okay, now I need to log in. You also, I already am logging in because they know who I am. And otherwise you need to create an account. I dismiss this. And now that's it. Now I go to WooCommerce Settings, to Tags. And here, automated taxes, I want to enable it, and it will saying enable this option will override any tax rate you have manually added. That's it. I save it. And now Jetpack and WooCommerce will do all the hard work and all the hard calculations for us. Mary, did you know that there are so much WooCommerce settings? Mary, did you know? I don't mean to be disrespectful to any religion. I think it's a beautiful song. I like it. Sometimes I like to have some fun. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you like it. Okay. I want to talk about the WooCommerce settings. There are a lot of WooCommerce settings, but we covered a lot of them already. Shipping, payments, email. No, not email yet. We'll talk about that. So let me walk you through the options, the settings of WooCommerce. There are not that much left. And then we'll talk about email. So we covered a lot of settings already. Let's take a look at all the other settings. I go to the backend, to media. Just kidding. I go to WooCommerce Settings. This needs to be your address. You can sell to specific locations or to all the countries in the world. If you do to a specific amount of countries, fill them in over here. Shipping locations, of course, only to the countries you sell to. And the default customer location, leave it by default. You can fill it in. We enable taxes. We enable coupons. And this is how you can define how your currency should be displayed. For instance, with euros, we use a point as a 1,000 separator. That's what I see on my bank account. Just kidding. And a decimal separator is a comma in Europe. So filled in as it should be for your country. Then we go to products. Actually, I don't need to change anything over here. You can change the measurements, weight, and dimensions. Enable reviews. Reviews can only be left by verified owners. So only people that bought something from our website. I don't check that. And I'm okay with everything. Inventory. We talked already about that. I want to get an email when there are only 20 products left of a product. Downloadable products. It's all self-explanatory. And at the same time, I don't change anything about all these settings. We covered tax, shipping, payments. Let's go to account and privacy. And now if I would go to the website in an incognito window, and I add these to the cart, and I go to the checkout, I can fill in my email address and my details and my payment method. But how cool would it be if I allow customers to log in into an existing account during the checkout? I also want to allow customers to create an account during the checkout. And when they create an account, they will get a link from my website like, hey, you can set up a new password because they're a new user. That's all. Save the changes. We're going to talk about the privacy policy and all those pages later. Then emails, we're going to talk about that. So let me go to integrations. And I don't need to have any integrations. And I go to advanced. And if you have a website in a different country or a different language, you can change those URLs. If you do that, afterwards go to, let me save it first. Then go to settings, permalinks, and then save the structure twice. So they will be saved. An important part of having an e-commerce website is the emails you send to people that buy things on your website. If that looks ugly, if that looks WooCommerce-like, it's not that appealing. There's always, by default, there's an ugly purple color. Sorry if purple is your favorite color. It's ugly. And when you buy something, that email looks ugly. So we're going to make that email look better. So when people buy things on your website, they get an email that looks beautiful, has the right content. So are you ready for that part? I am. I hope you're too. Let's go. So that brings me to the following: WooCommerce settings. And then there are the emails settings. Well, in order to check how the emails will look, I need to go to the payment options. I turn off Stripe. I turn off Klarna. I turn off PayPal. And I want to turn on cash on delivery. So I can process payments. So now I can buy something. So I go to the checkout. I filled in all my details. Cash on delivery. I agree and I place my order. Okay. My email account is turned on. What is this? I place the order. My email account is turned on, so I'll get 2 emails. One as an administrator and one as a client. This is as the administrator. I get this email because I'm the website owner. There's a new order, 176. The Nintendo Switch 2 and the Nintendo Switch OLED model. So the total amount should be paid through Stripe, Klarna or PayPal. But right now I set cash on delivery so I can buy things without paying because I'm testing this for the tutorial. Well, what I see is that I don't like the colors. There's a lot I don't like over here. I don't like the colors. I don't like all the text over here. But let's take a look at this email. That's the email the buyer gets. Thank you for your order. Hey Ferdy, just let you know we received your order, blah, blah, blah. And it's now being processed. The payment method, the date, what the person has bought, the price, and where it will be shipped to. Thanks for using consoledelivery.com. And then we see this over here. Well, we can adjust it. We can make it look better because maybe I think this title is too long. Maybe I want to change stuff over here. How can we do that? Well, let's go back to the backend. By the way, this is how it looks when people buy things. I think it looks beautiful. Great. And then they can go to their account. If I take a look at my orders, here it is. Beautiful. So let me go to the backend as an administrator. I go to WooCommerce Settings. I go to emails. And there are a lot of emails. There are 3 emails I will get as an administrator, those 3. So when a new order arrives, when an order is canceled or when an order is filled, so the payment failed, I get an email like, hey, somebody tried to purchase, but it failed. And then I see the reason why it failed. When an order is canceled, I see it. And this is what the customer gets, all those emails. And we can adjust them one by one. And we can adjust a few things that will be applied to all the emails that will be sent. And that's over here below. The from name. Well, I prefer to say console delivery. We deliver, just like that, really easy. The from address, I can change it to info@console delivery. If you use SiteGround, we can go to YouTube, SiteGround tutorial. Over here, 37 awesome features. And here you can see how to set up an email account. Let me keep it with ferdykorpershoek.com. Then there's the header image. Okay. I open this in a new tab. And I go to my logo. I think it's really big. So what I can do, I can copy this. I can paste it in a new tab. I can save it. Then I can rename it to 300 pixels. I close this. I go to the file. It's not there anymore because I renamed it. Okay, let me go to the desktop. I drag it over here. Let me make it smaller. For instance, 300 pixels. I click on scale. That's it. Close it. I go to the image. It's 300 in width. I copy the URL. Close this and close this. I paste it over here. And now an image of my logo will appear above the email. Then there's the footer text. With the title, Build with WooCommerce. I want to change it. So I say, we wish you a lot of gaming pleasure. Something like that. Then there are the colors. Let me go to the website, to the customizer. Then I go to global colors. And I grab this color, I copy it. Okay, body text color, I want to make it 222. Save it. So we changed a few things already. And now we can preview our template. So console delivery, title, the text, and it looks a lot more in the style of our website. But wait, we can do more. So if somebody orders with cash on delivery, the order is being processed. So what I can do, I can go to the processing order email and I can click on it. And now I can say your order has been received, or thank you for your order. I can paste it here, but it's okay. Additional content, thanks for using blah, blah, blah. That's what we see over here. So I can change the text. Thank you for doing business with us. If you have any question, feel free to reach out to us. Questions? Save the changes. So, how about a new order? This headset, I would love to have it. So I go to the checkout. I agree, place the order. Okay, I got 2 new emails. Here's the one I got. And it looks so much better already. And we changed a little bit of the text. And then here, it's for the user. It looks like that. But we can take it a step further. Right now we see it from Ferdy Korpshoek, from this email address. And that's what we decided to do over here. Let me go to the backend. WooCommerce Settings, emails. Over here from console delivery. Well, it's not visible over here because I linked this email address to Ferdy Korpshoek in my email account. So normally when somebody else buys it, I'll show you, you'll see console delivery. So far so good, but we can take it to the next level. If I would go to the processing order, I can manage it. Then I can copy the file to the theme. Save the changes. So now here at Astra WooCommerce emails customer processing order, I can change the PHP file. So it looks a little bit technical, but let me show you what we can do now. So I go to Appearance, Theme File Editor. I understand. Then I scroll down. I go to WooCommerce emails, custom processing order, and this PHP file will override the default one from WooCommerce. So if I change something over here, it will be changed in the email we sent. So just to let you know, we received your order. What I can do, it says, just to let you know, we received your order and it's now being processed. So if I change something over here, we want to let you know that we received your order. Your order number is this one. We will prepare your order and let you know when it is sent to your address. Okay, that's something different. Update the file. Successfully edited. So now let me buy something. This time with a different account, different email. So what I want to do, I want to open this in an incognito window. I want to buy this. Go to the checkout with ferdykorpershoek@gmail.com. My first name, of course, is George Washington from the Netherlands. Ship to the same address. I want to pay cash on delivery and I place the order. I get this again. Nice overview. And now if I go to my Gmail account, there it is. The name is console delivery. Thank you for your order. It looks nice. And we want to let you know that we receive your order. Your order number is blah, blah, blah. We will prepare your order and let you know when it is sent to your address. Wow. And then here, thank you for doing business with us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. So we changed a lot, even the PHP stuff. And we can do the same with all the other emails. Well, there are a few emails I use. So I go to settings, emails. So normally it's the processing order and then the completed order. So I can click over here and I can say your products are being shipped. Save. So now as an administrator, what I do, I go to the storehouse or whatever. Maybe I do automated drop shipping stuff. What I need to do when I know that the package is being sent to the right address, I go to the orders. I go to the order of George Washington. I check if he paid the money. If I see it on my account, I pack the stuff, send it to the right address, go to DHL or something else, FedEx, and I change the status from processing to completed. When I do that and I click on update, I go to my inbox and I see console delivery. Thank you for shopping us. Hey George, we finished processing your order. And what says the title says your products are being shipped. And with the same principles, we can change all this, and this text over here. Like, hey, if you have any question, if the product doesn't arrive, or I don't want to make people scared, but if you have any question, feel free to reach out through this phone number or through this email or chat. So that's how you work with it. And I think it looks great. If I click over here, I see it's from info@30korpshoek because that is what it's saying over here at settings, emails, email address. So I think it looks amazing. And now you know a lot already. We created a web shop, created different kinds of products, styled everything with Astra Pro. We talked about taxes, shipping, payment methods, emails. So we're getting further step by step. So if I take a look at the website, this is how it looks right now. And people can buy things on our website. We have covered so much already. This tutorial is getting longer and longer. I'm sorry, I just want to cover everything. And actually our website is up and running. People can buy things on our web shop, but we have a complete website. We have a website, and in the website, we have a web shop. So I want to focus more now on the rest of the website. So let's take a look at the header. Let's create a beautiful header using Astra Pro. It's time to look at the header of this website. Let's make it better. We can go to the customizer and make it look so much better. So the first thing I want to do, I want to create a few pages that we can place in our top header menu, because right now we have our primary header area, then we have the top header, we have the bottom header. So we can have 3 rows and 3 columns. So we can have 9 places in our header where we can place things. So just to show you, if I click on the plus and I go for an account, you see there's a new row. And then that row can have certain colors. So if I click over here, I can go to design. I can change the background color to this blue one. Then I can go back to general and I can increase or decrease the height. So let me make it 30 pixels. And then I can go to account. Then I go to design and I can change the color of the icon. So I can make it white. So in that way we can create a top header, a main header, and a bottom header, and we can adjust it. We can place a lot of things in it. So let me walk you through these options. But I all started with saying that I want to create pages for the menu. So I go back and then I go to the menus here below. I want to create a new menu. So I create a new menu and I call this one the top menu. And I want to assign it to the secondary menu. I click on next. Now I can add items. And if I click over here, I can create new pages by entering them over here. So we already have the shop page, the terms and conditions, my account, checkout, and cart. I want to have an About Us page. So I click on Add, and it will be added. Then maybe I want to have a blog. Blogging is a great way to get viewers through your website, through the search engines, and then people can buy things on your website. So I want to have a blog. I want to have frequently asked questions. So I say FAQ. Maybe I want to have a newsletter. So I want to have a newsletter page so people can opt in to our email list. And I want people to be able to get in touch with us. So a contact page. So there we have it, our top menu, but we don't see it over here. In order to do that, let me publish it. Then I go back, then I go to the header builder. I close this. Then I click on the plus and I want to go for the secondary menu. But I don't see it. Why? We need to configure it, the colors and stuff. So I click over here. Let me go to design. And then I want to say that the color of the text should be white. And now it appears. When we hover over it, what color should it be? Well, I still want it to be white. But if I would say orange, it will be orange. Well, let me keep it at white. And when it's active, so when you're on the About page, how should it be colored? Well, still white. And if I leave this empty, so I only choose here the white, the color, if the color is empty, it will automatically grab this color. But for the background, I want to have a different color when I hover over it. I want it to be orange. And now, look at this. So when I would go to the newsletter page, what I can do, I can make sure that this is orange. So people know we're on a newsletter page. Well, if you want that, fill that in over here. I don't want that, so I keep it empty. Then I want to go to the font. I think it can be a little bit smaller. So over here, the font, menu font, and I can increase or decrease the size. So I start with 0. I think 11 is great. I can make it uppercase if I want to, but I'm okay. Let me bring this back to 11 because it's really small now. I don't know why. So great. We can play around with the spacing. So if I turn this off, I can say from the left. Every item has more space on the left. So if I would increase this to 50, you'll see it over here. This is 50 pixels. You can also divide it evenly. How do you say that? But then it will also increase the height. So I don't want that, but I can say top 0, bottom 0, and right 20 and left 20. And then it will have some space in between. Well, I don't need that. So I leave it all empty. And then for the margin, what I can do, I can uncheck this, bring this back to the left a bit, so it aligns better with the C of console. I personally prefer that. And that's only about the whole menu. So that is my preference. If you want to, you can have a border in between, but I don't want that. So I leave it with this. Then we can go to general and we can change the width of the submenu. So if you have a submenu, but I suggest you don't use a submenu because in the top menu, I think it's not a good fit. And then if you want to, you can have an item divider for the submenu, but I just said that submenu is not a good idea in the top header. So I leave it for what it is. I publish it. So now we have our top header over here, but we can have more things in the same area. So if I would click on the plus, I could have a divider, which is this over here. And then I can go to click on it and then go to design, make it white, decrease the size, increase it to 100%. That's what I prefer. Then I go to general. I can change the style. And then I can click on the plus or click over here and I can add something else. So maybe a button for people to sign up for the newsletter or just a simple HTML text. And I can click over here and I can say sign up for the newsletter. I can make it a link. Then I can have the link to the sign up of the newsletter. Right now, I will leave it like this. Then I can go to the design, text color, white. Also the link color, white. When people hover over it, white. The font size, let's do 11, like over here. So that's what you can do. And then here at the right top area, I can click on the plus. And I can go for social. Okay, I click on it. I want it to be white, of course. So I go to design, the icon color, white. When you hover over it, maybe again the background color can be orange. You see there's not enough space for margin. So I can increase the icon spacing, decrease the size, still a margin. So icon background spacing, increase that. But then we should probably make the icon size bigger. Let's decrease the spacing, and that way you can adjust everything to your wishes. And this is what I like. Okay, perfect. Publish. And now I want to have one more thing over here, and that's my account. So I click on the plus and I search for account. And you see that area over here? Let me adjust it so I'll do a line with this area. So how can I do that? I can create an avatar. So if you have that, you will see your image like that. I use an icon, so it lines up with the other style. And when you click on it, you will log in over here. Let me go to the design. I can choose a different icon. I choose this one. Icon size, let's do the same one as the socials, which were 14. So I click here. Design, 14. Icon color is white. Then at spacing, I uncheck it. And at the left, I decrease it. And at the bottom, I increase it. And everything I increase, I want to decrease it at the top. So let's see, it needs to be the same number. So I think it's aligned perfectly. And then I think we have done a great job. What I also can do, I can get rid of the divider. Bring this to the center. Sign up for the newsletter. And then I can get inspired by other websites. So I bought my PlayStation at aslangaming.nl. And what you see, things about the delivery, 14-day money-back guarantee, 2 months of guarantees. You can pay with Ideal, credit card. So I can also have something like this over here. If I want that, I can just type it over here. We deliver in every country in the world. Something like that. Or free shipping when you spend $200. Something like that. You can have anything over here. So let's publish it. Let's see how it looks on the website. Great. Before we continue, I want to adjust one more thing or talk about one more thing, which I actually forgot. I'm so sorry. I click over here. Of course, I can add the URL. I can also add things. So add a social media icon. I can say YouTube. I can have the URL. And then over here, I search for YouTube. And there it is. Publish. Okay. And then I can go to the secondary menu and I think, you know what? You deserve it to be seen. So I click here. Go to the font. Make it 13. Also over here. Design. 13. And then we can take a look at the main menu. Well, what we see over here, we already have a cart icon because we use modern cart. If you don't, you can use this one. I get rid of this one because I already have this one. So I close the cart. Right now, the primary menu is shown at the left, right. I want to drag it to the center. And then I want to create a menu. In order to do that, I can do that by going over here to menus. And I have a main menu and I can add items. So what I want to add over here are product categories. I'm selling consoles. So I want to focus on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and the Nintendo Switch. And if you don't see this over here, click on Publish, close this, go to the backend to Menus, and over here at Screen Options, turn on Product Categories, Product Tags, etc. And when you do that, we also can select our main menu over here. And then here below we have Product Categories. So talking about categories, I did not do that actually. I could talk about it more because right now I have the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series. So what I can do, I can go to WooCommerce, let me see, products and then categories. Let me save it first. And I can say Xbox Series as a category. And then over here, the Series X, I click on it and I say it is the parent of Xbox Series. Update it. I go back to the categories, the same with X. Click on it. Make the parent Xbox Series. Okay. Then I go to Xbox Series, this one, and that will be a child of consoles. And what we also can do, we can give all the categories an image. So accessories, click on it, upload an image or grab an image. So accessories, it can be anything. So for instance, controllers. Update. I go back to cases. Well, the case, an instance of a case is this one. Update. I go back so I can give every category an image. And then when people sometimes click on a category, they see the right image. So it looks better. So let me go back to the menus where we're talking about. Let me go to the front end. Customize. Scroll down all the way. Menus. Sorry. Menus. Main menu. I want to assign the main menu to the primary menu. And what will happen? It will appear over here in the center. Oh man, I like this. So PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Nintendo Switch. So I want to change the menu. How? I remove this category. I remove this category. And I click on Add Items, Product Categories, and I want to add Xbox Series. And then Accessories. So PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and accessories. What I can do now, look at this. I can have PlayStation 5. I can have a subcategory. So I can have games below PlayStation 5. So I can show PlayStation 5 games. I have Xbox Series. I can say, you know what? X and S. I make it a subcategory. Let me bring back games to the right place. Sometimes it can be a little bit clunky. And if you don't like it the way over here, you can go back. Then go to the menus through the back end. There it is not clunky. So there you can really make this a subcategory of PlayStation 5. I save it. I go to the website. Now you see the categories and the subcategories. So if I click on Xbox Series X, I only see products for the Xbox Series X. How great is that? I think it's really great. If I click on accessories, I see all the accessories. So no PlayStations itself, no console itself, only accessories, and I can change the look and feel. I think, man, it's getting better and better. Oh man, I hope you're as happy as I am with the results so far. But this is how our website looks right now. And as I said before, we want to make the whole process as easy as possible. So one other thing I'm thinking of is the search bar. I want to have a search bar. There is one, but I don't like it. It comes standard with WooCommerce. So if I would go to the customizer, to the header builder, I click over here on the plus, and I go for a search icon, and I publish it, and I close it. I can search for a PlayStation, and I like the way it is displayed over here. Then I click on search, but then it looks like this, and I don't like that at all. So let's make it look better. First, let me get rid of this, customize. Click over here, remove it, click on publish. So what I do, I go to the back end of the website. I go to plugins, add new. Then I search for Woo Search. It's a free plugin. Advanced Woo Search from Elite, something like that. A lot of likes, high star reviews. Install now. And activate it. There's Advanced Woo Search. I click on it. I go to settings. I close this. The first thing I want to do, I want to use this short code, copy it, and then I need to re-index the table by clicking here. So now all the products, all 17 are indexed. I go to the website, holding command. So I go to a new tab. I customize it. I go back, I go to the header builder. I click here on the plus. I go for HTML. So let's do HTML2. I click on HTML2. And really simple, I can paste the code over here and it will add the search bar. Well, it doesn't look that good yet, but we'll make it look better. So let's talk about the display over here. In order to do that, we need to go to the search form. And we can show the form styling. So right now it looks like this. Search. Maybe it's better to have this area, the search icon, so people see better. That's the search area, like that. And then we need to make it look better. So I go to the customizer, go back to the header builder. I click on HTML2. I go to design. I uncheck this and I want to create some space from the bottom. And at the top, I do the minus. So I want to bring it in the center. I can do the pixel perfect by playing around with the margin plus and the margin minus. And keep in mind that these should be the same in order for this to be in the center. Publish. Close it. So now it looks like this. And if I search for PlayStation, look at this. This is how it looks. And I want to view all the results. And it will be displayed exactly as I want it to be displayed, because it's the same as when I would go to a certain category. So that's what I like, and it's free. And I like it when it's free. I hope you do too. So let's go back to general. Okay. Search in. If you search over here, where should people, what should be displayed? People can search in the content. That means also in the long and the short description in the SKU. So when people search for an SKU, the product will appear. So to give you an example, if I go to one of the products, let's go to one of the first ones, the PlayStation DualSense wireless controller. The SKU is this one. That means when I search for this, it will appear. When I would go back to advanced Woo search and I turn off the SKU and I save it and I refresh the page and I search for this, nothing is found. So people can search for SKU. I turn it on. Category, yes. Tag, Yes. ID, no, because the ID is a number. People don't search for that. So that's all for now. And I'm okay with this. Then I go to the performance. That is all fine. I go to the search form. The search field text, right now it says search. I can also say search for products. If I would save it, which I am doing right now. Search for products. View all results, that's the text that will be found. Here below, view all results. I can use capitals for every first letter of the word. If nothing is found, this will be displayed. Try better. So if you want to go this route, do it this way. Try better, okay? I would not do this. I think it can scare people off. Nothing found is better. Minimum number of characters. So when you already hit one letter, search results would appear. Or you can say after 3 letters that people that the search will start. So if I save this and I refresh it, and I say P, L, nothing happens. But if I had hit the 3rd letter, now it starts. Why? Because I said 3 over here. Show the loader. So when I'm searching, it shows the loader. Show the clear button. This X. View all results, yes. Mobile full screen. Yes, I like that. Form styling, we talked about that. And then go to the search results. And what I don't like, if I search for PlayStation, look at this, all this text. I don't want to show that. I actually want to show the title, the image, and the price. So in order to fix that, let me go to the view area. Show the image, yes. Show the description, no. Show the price, yes. Sales badge, yes. SKU, no, no, no. So now, if I refresh the page and I search for PlayStation, this is exactly what I want to see. So that's how you can create a header. Okay, the website starts to look better and better, but let's take a look at how it looks on other devices like a tablet or a smartphone. I think this looks great. Let's take a look at the tablet, and if it's not fixed, you're gonna be scared because look at this. What is this? What is this thing doing over here? Well, it's a small glitch in my opinion. You need to go to the logo area. I told them already, can you please shut it off? Because this looks much better. And then if you go to the smartphone view, it looks even worse. So also turn it off over here. And since we're here selecting the logo, if you're on the mobile, just decrease the logo a bit, or not that much. But I make sure that this area is visible, and I would make the logo as big as possible, as long as you only want to use a logo and a toggle button. So as soon as it starts to push, then I would decrease it. 200, perfect. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to optimization for all devices. Right now it looks like this. If I go to the tablet mode, we see our whole menu is gone. And it's up to what you want. If I would go to echelongaming.nl, where I bought my PlayStation, and I make the screen smaller, it looks like this. The menu at the left, logo in the center, and here search area and our cart. If I make it even smaller, it stays the same. Well, there's room for improvement over here, but it's not my website. So that's something I want to do over here. I still want to have my top bar. So how can I do that? I click on the plus. And I want to go for HTML2. No, sorry, HTML1. Because there is the text we deliver worldwide. So immediately it's blue, which I like. I click on the plus over here and I want to add my social icons. There they are. So in a short amount of time, we have our menu back, almost exactly the same. I can also bring this to the center for a tablet. Bring the menu to the left if I want to, but I see no reason to do that since it's already at the right. And I can even bring back my search area. And I can toggle that. So I can also make it look like this. And this. Okay. So I'm happy with that. I can even decide to have a different area over here for a tablet, but I'm happy. Now I publish it and then I want to go to the smartphone view and then there will be a problem. Look at this. So we deliver in every country in the world and that's now in 2 lines. So I can decide to get rid of the social icons. And I can bring this to the center. Depending on what you think is more important. I think this text is more important than the social icons. I get rid of HTML2. And then I have this logo and this area. Well, right now it's a drop down. If I want to fix that, I click on the toggle button, make it 3 dots, but I prefer the normal one. I can also make it an outline or a fill area. I can also make it bigger, menu. Then I need to make the logo smaller again. How about 180, 160, 140, something like that. It's easier for your thumb to click on it. I prefer to stick with 200 and then over here, no text, because people by now know that is the area where you need to click on in order to get the menu. I like the minimal design. When people click on it, what should happen? Right now it's a drop down, so I can click over here of the off canvas settings because there's an off canvas menu and it says it's a drop down. So I can also make it a fly out. And this is, by the way, the same for the tablet. Sorry, let me publish it. I can make it full screen. Like that. Then I can bring the text to the center. Like that. I can go to design and I can change the background color. Something like that. And then have white text. Well, that's up to you, but since I don't use those colors, I prefer to stick with the normal one. I can increase the padding, so it will be more towards the center. If I say percentage, everything should be 10% near to the center. That's what you can do. Uncheck, and then I like to keep everything as it is. I can go back to general. I'm okay with this. So now I need to go to the menu, because what do I want to display over here? Well, I can have an item divider. So you see all those lines. I can hide this on the tablet. Well, I don't want to hide it on the tablet, but I can do that if I want to. And I will explain in a minute why. So I want to configure the menu. Let me publish this and then I click on configure the menu from here. And it's an off canvas menu that will be displayed on a tablet and on a smartphone. So we have the off canvas menu. I can select the menu or I can create a new menu. So what do I want to display over here? I call this one the off canvas menu. I scroll down, click on next, and I can add items. So I can do the same thing what I do on the homepage, only show 4 categories. So PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series, and accessories. Publish. Now I see this. But I can also add all the other pages. For instance, the shop page, this newsletter page, contact page, FAQ, blog, about us. And then I need to make the right order. Well, keep in mind, what is the goal of your website? It's to sell stuff. So I would focus less on the about us page and focus more on everything you sell. So I can make it look like this. But that's not all. This is only the off canvas menu. What I also can do, I can go to the header builder. And then here below, I can click on the plus. I can add the search area. So if I click here, I see the search area. So then from the menu, people can search. Or I can add a divider between the search and the off-canvas menu. Well, I need to configure it, make it horizontal like that, and then hide it on the tablet or not. So here you can add stuff, and then here you can configure how everything should look. I think the off-canvas menu should be displayed like this. Shop, PlayStation Switch. Yeah, like that. And then below, if you want to have something there, you can add it. So let me see if I can make this bigger. I go to design, menu font. I can definitely make this bigger, even bolder, because it's on a tablet or a smartphone. So it's better when it's easy for people to navigate. Maybe a little bit smaller. Then I go to the smartphone. And I'm happy with how it looks. Great. What I see over here looks a bit crowded. So let me go back, since we're talking about optimizing the website for all devices. I go to WooCommerce, to the product catalog. And then let's go back to the tablet view, because there are a few settings. For instance, how many columns should there be on a tablet? And I say 2. Much better. Then for the smartphone, how many tablets or how many columns should there be? 1. Better. Okay, then I click on the product. How should this be displayed on a smartphone? Well, I think it looks great. We see the image first. Then add to the cart all this information, related products. And if I scroll down, I can add it to the cart. Proceed to the checkout. We can fill in our details, place the order, and that all looks great in my opinion. So I click on publish, bring this back, close this, and then I'm at the homepage. And now the header and the website looks great for all devices. We have already configured the header of our website. Now let's take a look at the footer of our website. So let's take a look at the footer right now. This is our footer and we can make it look better. And as always, it's not a problem. It's not bad when you take a look at other websites that do around the same thing as you do, because then you can learn. Especially when you go to Facebook and you see advertisements, then you know those people that advertise probably optimize their website. So when you see an advertisement, go to the website, see how they put everything together and get inspired by it. So I bought my PlayStation on a Dutch website, ashlandgaming.nl. So I take a look over here. About us. We're available 7 days per week between 12 and 8. Number, you can chat with someone. Information about the office, how to get in touch, more information about us, frequently asked questions and dispute page. And then there are all the legal pages we need. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So information about the company. And then this beautiful button that brings us over here. And then I see, hey, I can buy a Switch, but I already have one. But I can buy a second one and then I can play together with my son. But he's only 3 years old. Isn't he too young? Maybe. So I'm inspired. I go to the customizer and then I go back first and I click on footer builder. There it is. Right now I have my copyright area over here and I can click over here and then I go to the settings of this row. I have 3 rows or columns, no rows, up row, middle row and the bottom row. So here at the bottom row, I see this information and I can click over here and I can say I want to have 2 columns, for instance, one at the left and one at the right, but I want to have 1 column in the center and then the height is 60. Then I click on the copyright area. Then I open a widget and in that widget there's text and I can change the text. So I want to get rid of copyright because I already have this sign with the current year. So it will change automatically. And I want to create a pipe. And I can have the site title. But I can also say we deliver. You know what? I'll stick with the site title and I don't need to have the powered by theme other. So that's it. I can click over here, go to design and change the background color to blue. Then I can go to the copyright area, go to the design tab and change the text color to white. I'm happy. And then above there's another area. And if I click over here, I can decide how many columns I want to have. Right now I have 3. I want to have 4. So I can change the column amount over here. And I can also change the way it looks. So I can make this a little bit bigger than the rest. And then we can bring it back really easily. I want to stick with the content width. If I do full width, it will go completely from the left of the page to the right, even if you would zoom out or have a really big computer screen. So I stick with the content width. And I do not want to hide it on a desktop. So what I want now, I click on the plus. I want to have widget area 1 over here. Widget area 2 over here. Widget area 3 over there. And widget area 4 over there. I click on publish and not a lot is happening right now, as you see. I only can add widgets. So I have 4 widget areas, and in those widget areas, I want to add widgets. So how can I do that? Well, I click on this icon over here, the general icon. Now I can click on the plus and I want to add my logo. So I go for an image and I choose one from the media library, which is my logo. I select it and we have a dark background over here, or you want to have one, then you can make sure that you use a lighter logo, as long as the logo is visible. So what I see, this area is really big because this whole area is bigger than all the rest of them. So I can go back over here and bring it back to 25%. So that looks better. I click back on the widget area on the image. Then there are 3 dots and I click on show more settings. So I can change the size. That's also what I can do. Just stick with the other width and then change the size. But I'm okay with this. I go back. I click over here on the caption and I want to say something about my company. Great. Publish. Then I want to click outside of this widget area because beside a widget, I can add other stuff. So I click over here and I want to add socials. So I click on social and there it is. I click over here and I can add Facebook, Twitter, Instagram with the right URL, of course. I can add other stuff as I shown before over here at the top. So let's add YouTube. And then I can select the YouTube icon. Great. Then I can show the labels if I want to. I bring them to the left. I can hide them on the desktop. I can go to design. And I want to use the colors of my website. So I start with the blue color. And when I hover over it, I want them to be white. So you don't see them anymore. But then I want to take a look at the background color and I want to make it orange when I hover over it. Okay, then I want to increase the spacing. So I scroll down a bit, the icon size. It's okay for now. Icon background spacing, I want to increase it. And now it looks like that. Make it a bit bigger. I can also make them round. But I'm okay with the square. Okay, that's how we can create an area. Next, I want to have useful links. Links like actually legal links. So I go back. I want to create a new menu. So I go to menus, create a new menu, and I call this one legal. And I assign it to menu 3. Next, add items. I already have 2 of them as far as I know. That is terms and conditions. Okay, then I need to add a second one. Shipping and returns. Return policy. Returns, plural. So what happens when people buy something? It will be delivered to Africa and they want to send it back because it's broken or something. what are the terms and conditions and the policies. So in the third one, disclaimer. The fourth one, privacy policy. And depending on the country where you come from, there are different things you need to have on your website, different legal pages. So Google it or hire a lawyer or just Google it until you know what is applicable for your country. I think we're good to go with those 4. So it's called legal. I go back, and I go to the footer builder. Widget area 2. I want to start with a heading. Heading. I call this one legal. Then I click on the plus. I go for a menu. Navigation menu. I have no title, but I select legal and then disappears. Okay, great. Then I want to add another widget area or it's already over here. So I click here, click on the plus, heading, useful links. Click on the plus and I search for menu. And then I want to add the same links as I have on top of the menu. There they are. And then the fourth area, click over here, click on the plus. I want to go for a paragraph. And here I say something about my company, my address. I make this a link. Also make this a link. And I want to add the heading, contact us. And I bring it to the top and I want to bring it from H2 to H5. Just like here, H5 and here, H5. Okay, publish. What we can do, I can select this whole area and take a look at the design. I can change the border color to orange, for instance, and increase the amount of pixels. I can increase the spacing. I can change the background color to something else. Yeah, that's perfect. I can make it dark if I want to. And then I need to, of course, make all the text lighter. But I'm happy with white. So, publish. Okay. Let me go to the smartphone view. Let's see what happens. And what I see, it's totally against the side of the phone and I don't like it. So on the phone, I want to create some spacing quite a bit. I don't like it when things stick to the side. I think it looks great. So make sure it looks great on all devices. Let me see how it looks on the screen. So let me close this. So this is our footer. What I don't like is this space over here. So how can we fix that? Well, we can do it through a few ways. Let me show you. Right mouse click. I click on inspect. I use Google Chrome. What I see when I hover over here, is that there is a big space below this. I don't like it. So what I can do, what I see over here, widget margin bottom is 3.5 EM. If I would decrease this to 0, it is gone. If I would say 0.8, it lines up with this area almost. I can also get rid of this and say 10 pixels. And then it seems to be aligning perfectly with this text. So what I do now, I copy this area, Command C, close this, refresh the page. So it's now like this again. Then I go to the customizer, to the go back to the additional CSS and I paste it over here. If you want to write it, dot widget, opening parentheses, margin dash bottom, then px, like that. Publish, close, and now it looks like this. So that is how it looks right now. I'm really happy with it. If I want to have a button to go back up, I can go to the back end to appearance, Astra options. And since we use Astra Pro, we can activate a lot of extra functionalities. And one of them is the scroll to top area. If I activate it, I can go to the website, customize it, go to global, scroll to top, change the icon size. Okay, there was a delay. So let me bring this back. I want it to be at the left because here at the right, we already have the cart icon. If I click on it, I will go upstairs or up again. Close it. I scroll down, I can click over here and I go up again. Great. I want to congratulate you on reaching this part in the tutorial because that means that you're persevering, unless you just clicked here to go to this part of the tutorial. If that's the case, I may need to disappoint you. Why? Well, I like free page builders and my favorite one is Elementor. Elementor is an amazing free page builder that will enable you to create amazing websites, but that page builder is in transition. What do I mean? Right now you create websites in Elementor using sections, columns, and in those columns you can have elements. But they're changing the way you make websites with Elementor. They're gonna work with not sections anymore, but with containers. And the whole way of making websites with Elementor will change. So if I make a website or a tutorial right now with the current way, then this tutorial will be outdated in a few months. So I decided to give you a template for free with the container builder, but the container builder is not yet released. Maybe if you've never used Elementor, you're like, what are you talking about? Well, they will change the way how you make websites. So I will give you a template, and when the page builder, the new page builder, Elementor container builder is ready, I will make in-depth tutorials on how to make pages using Elementor the new way. So I do not put it in this tutorial because it's a tutorial on its own, and this tutorial is getting too long already. So I will show you right now how to make use of Elementor, how to upgrade it already so you have the container builder, and then how to import my pre-made template for you. So let's do that right now. So it's time to create a homepage, but as I said, Elementor is not ready for the container builder yet. And when it is finished, when it's live, the new container builder, I will create in-depth tutorials on how to create pages like the page you're going to import right now. So what you can do, you can go to the backend, then we go to a new tab, go to verdicorp.com/Elementor, hit enter. And that's the page builder I want to use. I go to the homepage. And if you want to download the free version, we're going to use the free version. Somehow they seem to hide it every time. So I need to go to pricing. Let me see the page builder plugin. Then somewhere here, I should be able to find it. So there's a better way. I close this and I go to plugins, add new. And then I search for Elementor. Then I will install Elementor, the Elementor website builder. A lot of installations. And you know what? Also essential add-ons for Elementor. Install now. Then I want to activate Elementor. And I want to activate essential add-ons. Now over here, I click on next. Scroll down, click on view all. And I want to add all the WooCommerce related elements. Next. Next, next, next. No thanks. Congratulations. So now we can use a few beautiful elements that are made for Elementor. Now I want to create a new page. So I hover over new page and I want to create the home page, home. I click on publish twice. Now I want to go to the website. Clicking here, go to the front end, then I go to the customizer. I go back and here below at the homepage settings, I want to select a static page, which is the homepage which we just created. And then at the post page, I want to select the blog page. Then I go back, I go to the sidebar, and I turn it off by clicking on no sidebar. Publish, close. So now the home page is the page we see when you go to your domain name. So this page over here. Now I want to edit the page with Elementor by clicking on this button. Now Elementor is loaded. When you see an intersection over here, that means that the new version of Elementor is still not released. So what I will do, first, I click over here on the 3 lines. I go to the user preferences. I change the user interface theme to dark. And I turn on editing handles. Then I click on update. Then I click here. And I go to the page layout and I change it to Elementor full width. Update. I want to make use of the container builder because I created the template for you in the container builder. I click over here, I exit Elementor, and then I select WP dashboard. So when we click on exit over here, we go to the dashboard. Apply. Yes, leave the site. I go to the screen options, Elementor overview. I want to get rid of that. And the recent reviews, I want to show that, and the WooCommerce status, how much we have sold. Now I go to Elementor settings over here. Then I go to experiments and I scroll down, and then there's the Flexbox container. I want to use that by making it active. I scroll down and I click on save the changes. Then I click here to go to the homepage. I edit the homepage with Elementor. And now what we see over here at the left is the container builder. It's in beta. It's almost ready. So I assume you can use it on your website. I use it on my websites and it's creating no problems for me. And now if you want to import the page I've made for you, because right now I don't want to create a tutorial about this because then the tutorial about WooCommerce becomes so long and people get scared because it's 6 hours. So I have a separate tutorial about it and I'll create it when the container is ready. So if you want to find it, you can go to YouTube, search for container tutorial 30. I already have one, but that's old, the one, 8 months. So go to the one which is the newest one. So updated or uploaded a short time ago, because I will create a lot when it is released. Now I go to 30corp.com/container template, hit enter. There goes a zip file. I open it and this page appears. Then I click on this folder icon. I click on this arrow up icon. I select a file. I go to my downloads. Here's the JSON file. I open it and I enable and import this page. It's built with the container builder. Now it appears over here and I can insert it. And I click on apply the settings of this page too. And there you go. So what I now see is this page, and you'll see it also. So what you can do now, you can click over here, go to style and to the background overlay, change the image. And then I grab something else, the switch, and I can bring it down a bit. Let me see, position. It's okay like that. Bring it a bit down. I can even make it bigger. And over here I can say order the Nintendo, let me see. Switch. Trade your Dream Cube for cash. So in that way you can change the information, get $200 off from this amount for this amount. You can change the text. So just change the content, change the colors, and you will be good to go. And this is inspired by one of the best stores in the Netherlands. And as I said, I will make in-depth tutorials about the container builder. Right now, It's not finished with the development, so I don't want to dive too deep into it. And also don't want to create something in the old or the current version of Elementor, which will be outdated in 1 or 2 months. So right now I do it like this, and that makes the tutorial not too long because already it's, I think, around 4 hours. So that's it. Of course, there are also other pages, and then the same story applies. There's the About Us page. If you want to create one, follow my tutorials about make a website Elementor 30. Yes, I'm watching Charlie Puth videos and I really like it. So 4 years old already, but I show you how to create a lot of different kind of pages. So go to the newer ones and there you can learn. Here, look at this, 3 hours. And I talk about how to create beautifully designed pages. Optimized for all devices, but right now I have to wait for the container builder and then I'll create a new tutorial. And this was more how to create an e-commerce website. Not everybody wants to have an about page. Not everybody wants to have a blog or an FAQ page. If you want to have that, watch my other tutorials and I dive deep into that subject. If you want to have a blog, I have a beautiful tutorial about it. How to write blog posts 30. 3 months ago. And man, this is for affiliate marketing, but you can write for anything. Draw people to your website and they can buy things from your website. So FAQ, I have tutorials about that. Newsletter. You can work with MailChimp or ConvertKit 30. And then over here, I have a 2.5 hour tutorial on how to create an email list. And man, the money is in the list. So feel free to play around with that. And then this is it. We create a beautiful website with a shop. So if I go to /shop, we've configured it using Astra. We can filter things. We can change the display. We talked about creating different kinds of products. And a designing page like this. So it looks beautiful. It's easy to buy things, add them to the cart. We have the modern cart. We can go to the checkout. We talked about shipping, coupon codes, taxes, payment methods. And now you have the website up and running. And the only thing you have to do is make sure that when people buy things on your website, you send the right products to the right people. Our website is getting better and better. I said it already a few times, but it's true. It's getting better and then it's getting even better. There are more things you can do with Astra Pro. Right now, I focus on all the features in WooCommerce with Astra Pro, but there are more things you can do with Astra Pro to make your website look better as a whole. So let me talk about a few of those. So if we go to the customizer, we see all those options over here. But what we can do, we can close this, go to the backend. Since we have Astra Pro, we can unlock so much more options. So we go to Appearance, Astra Options. And then over here, available Astra Pro modules, colors and background, typography, spacing, Block Pro, navigation menu, sticky header. So I can activate them all. Right now they're all deactivated and right now I just activated them. Now, when we go to the website and we go to the customizer and I go to the header builder, for instance, there are more options. Right now it says header type and now I can have a transparent header. I can have a sticky header. So if I click on sticky header, there are 3 levels. So what do I want to stick? If I say the primary header, really simple, I scroll down and it sticks with us. If I say the above header, both headers will stick with us. I can also say only the above header should stick with us. Then it will look like that. I only want the primary header to stick with us, so I turn this off. I can enable a shrink effect. So when I scroll down, it shrinks a bit, not too much. And I can also hide it when scrolling down. So what happens? I scroll down, nothing happens. As soon as I scroll up, it appears. I scroll down, it disappears. I scroll up and it appears. I can have a different logo for the sticky header. So when you turn on all those premium options, you go to the global area, to container, and there are more options because you use a pro version. The colors, more options. So you can play around with those, and I don't want this tutorial to be too long. It's already too long. I think it's more than 4 hours. I will make an in-depth tutorial about Astra If you want to watch that, about Astra Pro, by the way, if you want to watch that, click over here or take a look at my YouTube channel. Yes. For now, I'm happy with the result. When I scroll down, nothing happens. When I scroll up, it appears. Magnificent. Wow. You reached this part of the tutorial. You've earned my respect. I already respect you, but I'm happy for you that you persevered. And I hope by now you have your own domain name with web hosting, your own website with products, you're selling things, you have shipping methods, you have taxes included, you have payment methods, and beautiful emails that will go to your clients when they buy things on your website. I hope you have coupon codes, and I hope the website around your web shop is beautiful. Congratulations with that. I make more tutorials on how to create pages with Elementor, on how to optimize your websites for all devices, on how to optimize your website for the search results. I talk about creating an email list and building your email list. So I have a few tutorials for you that you can watch, and they can appear over here. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Feel free to like this video. That would help me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe for more upcoming videos, only if you're interested. And then feel free to leave a comment if you want to leave a comment saying thank you or asking any question. Good luck with your website. Good luck with your business. Good luck with your life. And bye-bye.